enkramofon se ye friend Azar ena Jewfo no so no ne den no ena oboye no em se aba afama adwum sisiye afama adwum sisiye me ma mo akwa aba abusua em se topic we no a request from a guest and then 3 days program na no na ye was no ye program hu say guest be by request for this topic and na I prefer say topic bi sa ba e wo say me bomodin say meba na me nso de mesua ana menim de kakara wo hu no me de aba na me de abeto abontene said ye be ya wo nso de kakara na wo de ka hu no wo de be ba abeso na yakeka ni nyina de abom na yatumi anya asem no pomasibre se mo be career 93 days ye program no sa topic we ye sa asem kro we ya medema abrante no na mene no ye program no medema no se onkoye research because me kan na oji achinyi na me yense nka onkoye research na wonkohe ohwe na se de okan na wonhunu se de me kan ye no etesa omara na nka ye hwem na ye ni hu nkomo but enra no oba me back door be busa me topic ni bio ana de me kaso onko he no me de ma no bio but ene ma ntenenka but sense stop ben e sense ye requester a free a guest a free a friend say follower ho abentino I was say me hwe say metra na matoto niema na maye teachings no amamu ada ho e de ama enipa no ke prat me chiao and ade ba ko ne say mesremo sankofa madawoma enye se bia meni bibia ye meye adwuma me from Sunday to Sunday nyina meye adwuma we ya ma betena se ya me be kase no mapon adwuma ena me ba ye program ntino me hu say adama ma life na de be chene me inbox na message gum bebre adena na wa ma life adena nra wa ma life adena nra wa ma life obi okro obetama me time a me de be na obetama me wa hu me no na oba me inbox no obebusa adena wa ma life adena wa ma life eduru ba bia ya na ya bre ha ntino eduru ba bia wo say ye relax kakra ena dwumadie na ye die no nipa dodo na eni dwumadie no but se moba even likes mpo no je say ye kan se mo like ansa na ma like pacha wati ase Adam se me da ase likes mpo no ya na je say ye ka kire mo se mo like ansa na ma like gift say ye nipa mienu miensa bi Adam stance ye nipa mienu miensa bi na ba o mo gift ye dwumadie ya ye die no ya na wo bi adene ye o mo say program na ye no ye sikanti na ye da bi o seka sika nkoma me program we nkamenye because kone kobusa TikTok say opa abomode ne kobusa omo a wo more views and more likes any omunya gift ya kese kobusa omo say gift no sika say ne wom me gift ya eba ha no me pon bi woni menya cent bi a 1 cent 2 cent 3 cent na sa 1 cent 2 cent 3 cent na menya na da na maboabo no metimi anya 500 euro 1000 euro enti we say no kora de ya monfa nto ba bi kora okay enti no adwuma na ye ne say de me kan ne duru ba bi ya na ya bre pese ya relax ohun enya da bia na ye ba ha ye betumi abeka sasa 93 days say me kasa ya be 2 hours me ja platform no ma me guest o mo kasa ya 5 hours and na TikTok ND program no enti no ada ahoɔdene wo ho no meba ada ahoɔdene ho no ada mama no muhunu ye se eye bre ne wo ho enti no mentumi ama mesremo a ɛna mo ba nso a ya mo ma yen support program no na nyefe yen support program no in all ways say ye be like say ye be share say ye be make comment say o be check gift all these things are part of say who help program no amana konanim medamasi yen konkomo no so ene ye bedi sa enkomo yi a eda so no Enkremofo nyame na omosom no ye friend say Allah. Okay. Ene onu enkomo na me ne wo bedie no. Mesrew say wo ye kremoni a wo be you emotions ato nchei for now. Okay. Na wo de ye di nkomo ni koduru baabi a ma adwene no eni nkomo na ye bedie na chi. Bomodin se enkomo no ye me ni wo bedie no. Wo be assess nkomo no. Na watena se ahwe wo sumuni mu. Na wo bisa wo honsem. Wo de fa ne se wo yi wo ho afiri box nim atena akire. Na fa wadne di nkomo na ye di na chi. Ene me pese wo busa wo honsem. Na enenso me busa a mind blowing question. Ene me bisa a mind blowing question. Obetena se adwene ho ahunu ye say no abrante yi kan sem bia abrante ne nsem na wo kan no moma ye nhwe ne nsem wa wo kan yiye because o make point bi Hubaal okay Hubaal ene Allah ene sura yatu ne dini Yasin Quran surah 36 the chapter no okay your friend say chapter of the Quran yatu ne dini Yasin. Now, before say, meko Hubaal, meko Allah so, ma mene wo eni nkomo kakra, okay? Na menchira miwia, mechira wa di krontia, me de sa chapter we say no, edin no ashe Allah, eni Hubaal ase no. Yehwade. There was some chapters of the Quran. Ya name chapters of the Quran with some names be or some words be Muslims entiase. Okay, chapters of the Quran no. There was some chapters of the Quran nibia started with letters like alif, la, mim, baby wa ta, ha, any dia keka. All these letters, and I say all these words, they don't know the meaning. Muslims don't know the meaning. Those who speaks and understand Muhammad languages, they know. But Metria will say in Tia, woman, anfasa dia no edini asechire, anka Quran non chire no. Ama wan hunu die ewo nwomani mono. Okay? Yanshade, according to the Quran, okay? According to the Quran say message no ayedema Muhammad no. If it was given to Muhammad in a foreign language, enkadosu no a yesuma Muhammad call wo monche no. Enko mo beka say, why is it an Arab messenger with a foreign language message? Enko mo question no. Me say ne many would di mind blowing hon komo na many would di no. Enti yi se wo ye Muslim a yi emotional ne to nchai na wo sa manfo bi ahase make comment wase ho. I'm not going to give my attention to any comment today. Me pese me chira die nimu memu da ho e ma badwem batte de me kan no ase. Enti enne no se de me kan e no ye di mind blowing hon komo. Okay, said the Quran say senka yede esomo no ayede ma Muhammad kasa no ayede enwoma na yede ma Muhammad ada message na yede ma Muhammad yede ma Muhammad akọ present ama ne nkrofo a wo ko wo nche no senka yede ma no in other language eye foreign language from kasa no enkomo be bisa Muhammad say enkomo be kasa adenti an Arab messenger with a foreign tongue. So the idea of Muslims telling you say the Quran Arabic, even the Arabs in a woman take this womukosuyan eyatoro. The dikam our first key. Muslims in the country will say the Quran Arabic, Arabica Arabs in impo omonte this womukosuyan eyatoro. Enya no correct. Okay. Eya turo enya ne kore se omote eyo omokasa ya de soma Muhammad e wo kasa ne nkrofo tie mu those in Mecca and those around Mecca. Na omuti Muhammad ti omo kasa, omuti Muhammad kasa. Enti message na ye dema Muhammad ko ye no, eye message na omuti. Se na omunti a Quran ne say, se na ye kasa omunni mu kasa na se omunti ankombe question Muhammad. Enti we Muslim the idea of Arab kasa na e wo Quran ni mo no, eye different Arab from Arabs ne kasa eye atro. School ye chire brofo kasa wo school. Uko UK ye chire brofo kasa, but UK brofo kasa yo mo kasa. Uko America ye chire brofo kasa e wo school, but brofo kasa na e America fo kasa. What the America chire no. Enti se wo bi e Muslim one na oko makaranta na de Arabic chire no enchire se kasa na ye chire no onte. Fasade ye hye wa adwene mu. Me say meboa wo ayi sem futuro na ye tu agu wa adwene mu no. Meboa nkakra yi mfuturo na firi wa adwene so ma wa adwene ni abeda ho na wo betime nsem o America na say. Okay. Now, yan shade. So kasa ne kasa Arab senete. De Muhammad de be eba ye bi omo be kan bi omo te ase. Now, yawo verses bi wo Quran mu a. Quran ya bi ti say Quran surah 36. Quran surah 36. Aya ni din de your friend say Yasin. Busa kraboni say aya ni din na Yasin ase ne say omunim. Yawo verses bi a starting no edika no aye alif la mim ubehunu ta ha ene de keka ho nyina bu so mo say alif la mim ta ha yasin ene de keka ka ho ase ne say omunim omo se sa asem no sa wesi na wo mu no aye ala nko anete ase eye ala nko anete ase enye ala nko anete ase senka Muhammad de be kan ye no enana omo nte ase nko be question Muhammad. Those who know Muhammad the Biden woman who ta is woman the ta echere sen no woman the echere alif no woman the echere sa wo hwe Quran ayase no ube your friend say verses ni bi ni dini na that's one ya mfa ni meaning ama. Do you know why? Busa won sa question no say adentina verses ni bi wo ho eye Arabic nko some verses be like Sula to Arbakara. Arbakara means the cow, okay? Arbakara means the cow. And he said Arbakara means the cow there. No more Arbakara no one the cow ashasia. Alentina a chapter like Yasin, woman for trans ni meaning and fan shasie. Omo be catch no say any meaning. Eye ala nko an etiasie any meaning. Uni mu de enkua. Yasin no eye a chapter eye bosum Hubaal dini and eye Yasin no medical did ya chero omo create religion. They were very wise and intelligent people. Omo create religion. They were very wise and intelligent people. So it takes those when we are very wise and intelligent to detect their lies and the errors in the religion. And until so many people na oma fall ediama and sembia wo ye nyansafo na wotena na wo dwendwene ho a enka ento asomu no na be say so many people are falling their man there. Why? Because our level of intelligence and understanding no enuru baby a wo de ne wo no Islam someone e wo ho no say we are wise and intelligent ne say we are obia we are dictator ultimate detecting errors and all those things and on. There are a whole lot of bombs and errors in the book of Quran. Okay. Now, Yashadi, and he said, I make no. Sasem we say no nyina man samna ya atro. Baby a wo bedruwa, chapter bi a wo bedruwa. Ye de edini ya to so a yamfa meaning amano eye busumu dini. Me kan de akire wo ne. Na abo Mecca no omosom abosom 360. Sa 360 idols no. Emu be 4-5 penny nya wo mu dini wo Quran nim. The jinni emotia no omosom wo mo. Alat na omosom wo no. Manat na omosom wo mo. Aluza na omosom wo mo. one or two bi enti de aka no na Allah Muhammad pese oprezi wo no wode wo mudini ba kro animu a wo mudini no wo kodi dini no a se wonya very smart a ontume enhunu de ehye ho wo wia no ma ka kire say sa asem no a wo ho no anase sa word na chapter na da so no ni meaning no Allah nko ananim na me musa question we ye de aya ebre Muhammad okay ye de aya ebre Muhammad in language a Muhammad te said ye be ya obe chire mama ne nkrofo ate ase Muhammad a recite aya no ya twere wo wie ya no na wode a word like ta ha ede mo say momfanye the name of the chapter enti o ya sure say womu Musa Muhammad say what is the meaning of that ta ha no womu Musa Muhammad Musa Muhammad if they were wise like us Musa Muhammad okay a son said na omono womunim what that ha ne kire ni nti womunim adekura Muhammad peso womu kire ni nti na eye kasa womu ti ase na die Muhammad e kan womunim ni nti o man question Muhammad those in his generation no oba ye o man question no eye after onono na scholars were trying to understand. They were trying to find the meaning of those words, but they couldn't. And they told Muslims to say, these words in the Quran, and now these names in the Quran, only Allah netiasye, miraculous words from Allah, which nobody understands. And he said, the chapter, a whole verse, Sama Muhammad. From 1 to be a 5, and now from 1 to 20, and now from 1 to 200, from 1 to 300, Yadiama Muhammad. We are wakansa ansem ni nyina we are no Yamani chapter bit say taha near the man say fatu Yamanu din bit say taha near the atoso. So Muhammad didn't say taha na se no, and na say the followers na enti mim na se no. Omu bebusa Muhammad say ne dini a wode ma yadi atoso yi di ase ne say how can we know say ade ya wode ma yadi ato chapter ne to no eye eno ho asem na aya yi kan. They will ask those questions because they were wise. They were questioning Muhammad. They wasn't fools like modern day Muslims, you know. They were wise and intelligent. So they were questioning Muhammad about everything biana whatever. And in your so you were verses be Muhammad a bit said you're quoting a doctor son. They were laughing at Muhammad. They were questioning him. They were saying, say, a new your father say, or better na doctor son, you don't. That is what every wise person is going to do. Omo question Muhammad, na Muhammad they inventive verse. Now what they are sign. So everything beyond Muhammad they buy no. Not they requested for proof. No more requested for proof. Womo busadi enti awaya senti kanje say. Sa wasi bi di say. Mami mo sura sinibi. Surah 30 says taha. And now your friend say no, Surah 20 says taha. Surah 30 says yasin. Surah 50 kaf. Surah your friend say edoso measure that ba betenase na me de sa chapters no any meaning ni nyina de abetoso ne abusa ehun say any meaning dia na wono Muhammad ni nimu ade kro ni followers ni di na chi ni nimu ade kro eye den wo mujitu ma ya de say di ne to so it tells you something abosom 360 no enye wo mu nyina di na wo bi anim enye wo mu nyina di na wo bi anim enti fasade ne hye wutirim na omoson ensoma wamoson bosome wamoson the morning star and the bright day your friend say the morning star and the moon na omoson the sun wo hwe Quran mu a ye wo a whole chapter name with the moon ye wo a whole chapter name with the star ye wo a whole chapter name with the sun. You patch what I say, and this were all abosom. This were all abosom na omosom wo mo meka. Now, yamera Allah any Hubaal so. When Hubaal the chief command and now say a God or not or yet divinity a divinity God, a divine God for the pre-Islamic Muslims. Okay, so now our concept of Unyankopon Hubaal. ti asem o me no kan ye that day no na me ne guy ni din komo me ka kire say ye nananom no ye nananom no nyankopon no enye din na mom eye title nyankopon eye title kedi ampon eye title nyame a wunni mu no ye mani din na mom ye mana bodin wote dia me ka kire nyame a ye nimu no na ye mani din ni nyuma a woye any days ya odi ye ni nyuma any days ya woye ni nsenkyere no ye nananom hwe sa ne niema na woye ni days ya odi ye no omo dia mani din be pacha wote dia me ka kire nti nyame a na ye nananom ni no na omo mani din na omo mani title manane enti nyankopon madi ka kire se na omo nimu ade kro omo ankere se woye nipa ana woye aboa ana woye nsuo ana woye mframa woye honhom wasi omo se anyame wo hode nanso omo didi se ye wo nyame ni mu baako de wo so omo ni mu nyame koro because to me no ebi di da bi achi enti omo susu se once ebi di da bi achi de ye be wo de ni to me ni so che omo ni mu ade koro na omo enti omo ammo ni dina fa nkere but na wo pre islamic no a omo nanane mo kire wo mo se nyame ni de odi mu na wo ye kese no eye Hubaal okay enti na omo nyame no ni dina omo different ye Hubaal Muhammad ba ye no ena wono ne be present another god o ka kire omo se Hubaal ne ye bosom na mom ono ne de god na eba tie sa asem yo hwe me se na me ne wudi adwene ho nkomo yesum nyame ye yesum nyame nyame na yesom no no a ye gini di se won na ye nyame kese me pam chaw me nkasa keke o miwi a me the information si nyina ebegu so ama yakan enti mo de mo nya abotere ma me yesum nyame nyame no a yesom no no ne de Hubaal da Hubaal no ye di mu se ne ye nananom wa kire ye ne se ne ye beto ye ne se wono na ye god no a wo ye nyame a wo ye kese na wo ba ye no wo se da bi Hubaal ni nya nyame a wo ye kese na mom no wo di nyame a wo ye kese bere wo mo nyame ni din de se ya wo si nyame because mo say Arabic word Allah no kire se nyame okay Arabic word no Allah no mo se kire se nyame na wo mo susum nyame wo mo se nyame na wo mo som no no de wo ye kese wo mo no ye fe ne Hubaal okay wo ye nyame won susu ba ni wo se wo ba na wo se nyame no a wo mo no gini di na wo ye Hubaal no enye ono na ye kese wo nyame a wo ye kese chen se nyame no wo wo nyame ni din de se ya wo si nyame adwen no enye adwumanti onti ase wo nyame din de se wo si nyame mo say Allah means God. Allah means God. Okay, yaji atum. Woman so some God. Wo ba wo se wo nyame no a wo de ne ba ye no. Wo no ne ye kase ye che wo mu nyina. Wo ne boss ro nya asase. Ye frɛ ne se ya wo si nyame. And I can it takes wise and intelligent people to know these tricks. A word religion mu. Ma me fa nko na ye nko kenka ya de wa hwade. Hwade why? Me ba be tell say Hubaal no wono ane Allah why e ma ne nya because Allah no enye din e kire se nyame Allah enye din e kire se nyame eti se Allah enye din na Allah ne kire se nyame de nyame ben wo nyame ne din de say wo si nyame na e se nyame a wo de ne bai no oni din so nyame no it can be any god yesom no it can be any of the gods na yesom no because one person obebo ni din ame ya hunu nyame kora wo de ne bae nyame bia nso wodin once awayi ne ho adi akere no wasoma ama na aya ba wo nche ne de e wo sese nyame ne boni din de kere because wasoma bia ba wo nche ye be fa no ye ba wo be fa do ba ye na adwuma e de nkofo bebusa wo se wo nyame ne din de sei enti ye de wo se nyame ne bo din de kere wo se wo nyame ne ni din ye fre nyame de ya eni enyansafo be hunu nyame kora wo de ne bae mo dia mo sram se ne munni mu de mu di akire munni mu de mu di akire why ye be ma ohunu de mu di akire munni mu de mu di akire okay mene wo bekenka yinsem bi yebetu yabuase akenkai no ewo site ahoduo bebre na wahunu se asemu ameka no memfa ma adwere na eka eye information sa ewa abontene ho wey free Wikipedia when the Hubaal yenhwade okay was say Hubaal for those uses see Hubaal okay was it in Arabic mythology Hubaal Arabic was a god worshipped in pre-Islamic Arabia, notable by the Quraysh at the Kaaba in Mecca. The god's icon was a human figure believed to control act of divination. Okay, and the end was say the god icon was a human figure believed to control act of divination, which was performed by tossing arrows before the statue. The direction in which arrows pointed answer questions, acts to Hubaal. The specific power and identity attributed to Hubaal are equal unclear. Okay, so Hubaal eye nyame na ya summon wo Kaaba nimu. Okay, omo anu omo summon no eye Quraysh ebusua na Muhammad frimo no. Okay, eye Muhammad ebusua no na ofrimo no Muhammad na ebusua na ofrimo no nyame no aye frɛ ne Hubaal no wono na se abusua nim na ofrimo enti estansa wono na ye nyame na wo so na wo ye nyame na wo di anyame ni nyina so nti na ye Quraysh fo no na eye over eye taking over the Kaaba. Omuna na taking control over the Kaaba. They were the owners of the Kaaba. And the concept of God is in human form. So we check Quran and so the concept of Allah is in human form. Allah wonsa, Allah wonai, Allah weni. Okay, Allah wonsa, Allah wonai, Allah weni. And the concept of Allah no a human form. That is why you use the word he edema Allah. Why bema. He is. And in the concept of God no a human form. The same thing applies to the concept of Hubaal. The concept of God no a human form. Yentu aso ne hwade. Yemfa we ntu nche, yenkofa another one mara. Me mouth short nya but na kwa na kokenkai because information is in the door so. Me ntumi nkai ni nyina wa ha. Me bia ni ma bia ni na de akere. Won so kɔ ne kɔ ya research na yen hwade. Yentu aso ne hwe. Ma men san nwuram na men kyerɛ. Another one here. Hwade. Allah is Hubaal, okay? Allah is Hubaal and Hubaal is Allah. Edientina wakasa. The three daughters of Hubaal are in Arabia. The three daughters of Allah are in Arabia. TM. The three daughters of Hubaal are in Arabia. And the three daughters of Allah are in Arabia. If you check the Quran Surah 16, okay? Quran Surah 16. Me trero hampo. Me gadi. Meba. Odia meba. Ma me fasa aya ne nto so na me nkyere wade. So, Hubaal no, okay? Hubaal no. Na those na omu worship no. Na omu wo gidie se wo ma miensa. Okay? Wo emma miensa. Sa emma miensa no wo no. Bako ye Alat, bako ye Manat, bako ye Aluza. Okay? According to the Quran, so Quran Surah 59, I think say ayat number 22. Allah catch them say, adenti da womo choose e mema dia ma womo ho na omo de ema e na ama no. According to Quran Surah 36, ma men fa sa aya ne nkyerɛ na men nkyerɛ wade wa ha say before say me call back to okay. No, that is Quran Surah 16 rather. Surah 16, ayat number 57. Surah 16, Ayat number 57. And they attribute to Allah daughters. Exalted is He, and for them is what they desire. Into that is sons. Kini say what the imama susu Allah kron hene no. Dear one akoma pe no na ewo won. Okay. So those who know wa meka no. Those who know wa sum Hubaal no. Because of say na omunimu say Hubaal no wa mama me insanity. Na Muhammad de ba ya no. Wa mu the concept ni say eye the same nyameninti. Still, we consider Alat, Aluza, and Manatin to be the daughters of Allah. And two can answer 59 one. Kaifri 19 to 22. Ube unu ye say Allah ebusa womo say adentina womo consider a madia mano. Na omonso a consider me madia ma womo ho. Sadia na womo ye ne de eye injustice no womo ye. Check it Quran Surah 59. Okay. I think it's 59 or 53 rather. It's either 59 or 53 from 19 to 22. Check it now. Be una say mo American or say Allah a question we almost say DNT and we mo consider why because now we consider Allah, Aluza and Manat to be angels. Okay, to be angels. So Abra Muhammad Baya wa no so be present mo or be present nyame a wo mo hunu say nyame na wo present no. It's like the same nyame no one womosom because the Muhammad de ba ye bia no ne practicing bia wo de ba ye bia ne act bia wo de ba ye bia no is found within the pre-Islamic no yes Surah 53 me da say Surah 53 every practicing bia Muhammad de ba ye everything bia Muhammad de ba ye bia was found within the pre-Islamic practicing. So this woman who said there akwa we no e ya de krono one wo de bra enye bibi fufuro bia no de breye so ye hunu sa de krona no de breye ndie ene se de ye nimu se Alat Aluza ne Manat eye the daughters of Hubaal no ene that Alat Manat and Aluza no still one nyame na Muhammad de ba no eyo no because so ba ye no nyame be na de ba wusi nyame bo nyame ni dina wusi untumi mo nyame ni dini betu nyame ne ye nyame ye fre ni nyame Wamon susu munyame bia ye friend Hubaal. Enti won to me amon nyame ni dina nkyira omodia. Enye se nyame kro no because ne ye no enu abi na wo ye. Muhammad say wakọ Medina. Akotena Medina. Wo bompa ya wo ne nkrofo do mo ni kyire Jerusalem bompa ye. Afa ahwo ya abadi mu. Wo no ye se wo mo bompa ya wo mo di wo mo ni kyire Jerusalem no. E ya asori da ye si wo mu kurum. Ene wo mo bompa ya wo mo di wo mo ni kyire. Muhammad nso nim se asore dan no ebisi di kroma aya abosom dan ya abosomfo so eson won enti dia na wono Muhammad ne beye ene ye sa na te dia ene ye menso nkrofo amanya wo mo no ma me mo nso fo wo ni nso enkyira abosom dan no because me botaya me de ko santokwa we ni nyina no ti ma me fo wo ni nkyira abosom dan no enti abra na abosom ni gudan ni mo no na Muhammad ne nkrofo do wo ni kyire dan no Muhammad etwai bosomodani hu hyiai pori 3 years wa be na bosom ni gudai ni woni ne nkrofo ye hajj pori 3 years wa be na bosomfo gudai ni onwu ye no mo say Muhammad ya bebu bosom but ade aye di si wo de present bosom bia anye bosom no bosom ye honhom sa bosom ye honhom de a ene na wodi dua bi si wo ne ye twa dua na nka se wo twa dua no honhom no wokọ se honhom no pese wotena ba bia dua ni si na wo betena wo honhom enti dynasty mfimfini wo no de enti wo muntumi mubu na wo mokọ ho no ma wo so wo mokotwa ho hia kọ kisi no they are that honhom 360 no they are still within the Kaaba although say ye wo mo present they present wo mo no ye de afro but that doesn't mean say ya pamo abosom no yanko back to the American na menchire wade okay into the 3 daughters of Hubaal and the 3 daughters of Allah yanhwade was say yes Allah was Hubaal in Quran Surah 53 yes and what the Quran in Quran Surah 53 ayat number 53, 90 to 23. Have you ever thought about Alat, Al-Aluza, and about the third deity, Al-Manat? Shall you have males and he the females? This is indeed an unfair division. This is indeed an unfair division because omono choose the female goddess, not the man Allah. No, consider the female goddess to be the daughters of Allah, and Allah see there be the emoyano unfair division amoyano. Adentina mo choose mema ne dia mamo na mo de man no dia mame say omo na enya mema. Why? Because not they knew say the Muhammad de bayano the same thing omo son. And now, three deities, and also they were the daughters of their divinity, their divine God. No, that is Hubaal. No, three deities were in a okay. Into yentu aswe. Me say ne me mount short. We are kremoni akotenase ne ko sunya de ne mwa wankasa yanko. Wasi okay. In Quran Surah 53, 90 to 23, have you ever thought about Alat, Aluza, and the third deity, Al-Manat? Shall you have the males and he the females? That is indeed an unfair division. They have not but mere names you have named them, you and your forefathers, for which Allah has sent down no authority. They follow not except assumption. Okay? They follow not except assumption and what their souls desires, and there has already come to them from their Lord guidance. Okay, from their Lord guidance. So Allah ne say the omoyeno eye unjust division no omoyeno ne omono gidie ne kuta omono didia efiri omo ankasa ho. Okay, enti we say no mono nia ema ye no mon yehunu ye say Muhammad de no amfa bibi fufuro bi ama yewo this is one of a thing. This is one of example ye wo hon verse wo Quran mesa ma wo Quran okay mesa ma another thing and also hon verse wo Quran mu eye the same thing related to Hubaal, the three daughters of Hubaal. Allah also have three daughters yanko yenim. Okay. Okay. You continue. Now you heard it. Was it all the pagan Arabs believe? All the pagans Arabs believes Hubaal had three daughters, and the reason they didn't want female children and were burying them alive in Mesopotamia, that same moon god was called Nana or Sion. Okay, the Akkadians and the later Egyptians named him Sem. And the word sin, and the word they name him Sin. They later name him Sin because who checking Hubaal now? Hubaal was a Mesopotamian moon god of sin. Okay, enti Allah no. Say o check it that surah no surah 36 na ya to ni yasin no mema o sa assignment we mi wi a de mema hunu no making card ya chiro mema wa assignment as a Muslim kwana ko check the meaning of yasin na we say obehunu a say wa hunu na king ya obehun the idea backing that yasin no na obehunu say that yasin no is the name of the god no na omosom no ye fe ni Hubaal no. But Oman fed no ama. They name the ayah Yasin. Ya no say oh. And now sin now so the friends say one of the attribute to your friend say Hubaal because he was the Mesopotamian moon god of sin. But the American making kind of media me do be AI be so the achiro. And ya me san ko fa na America. And na dia ye nyina ya di AI di. Untumi nka said because mo dia mo yeah I say we do ye nim say even mo say mo book no ya fe ne Quran no ene science match but mo kro ya so mo sa ka say se mo kenkai bibi na se science gi tum kura na se e contradict Quran no a mo mfa nye adwuma. Why? Because money na free fra maso SC yento ankomo no so. Okay, enti ye to so was say the Akkadians and later Egyptians name him Sin, mentioned in the Quran in Yasin. Mentioned in the Quran Yasin. On say asemu American manunsi ye abepiem waha. So in the Quran, Allah no, they name him the Hubaal no, they name him Yasin because say yade nidi Hubaal ne bemwa. Obe kwa koken kai hu say Hubaal no na woye God anu wo som no wo meka. Enti ye beka kiro say any meaning no, it only rests with Allah. It is only Allah and name the name of name the meaning of that Yasin. But omoboa a whole chapter. Yade ma yade your friend say bosom Hubaal did to so said yade bosom alat edina to baako so yade bosom manat edina to baako so yade bosom aluza edina ato baako so yade Muhammad edini ato baako so yade nantwie edina to baako so yade table edina to baako so yade ntatia ye wo Quran chapter bia ne title na da so no the whole surah needing ntatia the ant. A whole surah nidina daso your friend the table. A whole surah nidina daso your friend the bee. Your friend say bee cry bee wa anase yes bee wa enti a whole surah mama can't know Quran ekutan kremo. Vezi buku no enkwasi asem nko a enkwasi asem buku na free Quran enkwasi asem nko a whole surah free nyankopon free obo ade ho ba na wode wowa edini na ya title wowa yewo surah ya name no dino after elephant ya de osuru dini na all these things, you know, does it make sense? And it's a walking kind of say, oh, bo sura nidin. Ne sura nunim na say, sura biti said the cow. The whole chapter of the Quran. All these things, you know, where a bosom no na almost meka no. They were all part of that abosom no. Ayesa 360 no. Ye jinn ni frim, ye alat dini frim, ye aluza dini frim, ye manat dini frim. Diaka no wamowai. They were all coded in the Quran. It doesn't make sense. There is no logic behind it. Say a whole chapter of the Quran. A whole chapter of the Quran. The elephant. A whole chapter of the Quran. The table. A whole chapter of the Quran. The ant. Hey, what the amount in the wala? Okay, yan tuan come on. Sinti yang right. Was say the point. Mamen sense subim. Was say the Akkadians and the later Egyptians name him Sin, mentioned in the Quran in Yasin, which I think is to mean sin God, and that is it. Because HSO, HSO, sin no anything. Okay, and it's out in Clemofocus say, Ya Allah, say Allah, Ya Allah, say Allah. Enti ya sin no ayadien. Dien. Sin no ayadien. Fakwa adwenim. Yento ankomo so. Okay, what say? The moon god named La was clearly used with Egyptian pagans. Hubaal symbol was crescent moon, and you can check it in history. Enti Hubaal ne symbol the crescent moon. And don't think I was every single of a mosque biano, they have the half moon. So the half moon and the star in the middle. The half moon and the star. So the star was part of the daughters of the daughters of Allah. Me say moon kremo for no. Munimo dia monson. It takes only the wise people. It takes only the wise people to detect all these things from this book. Unimu nyansa hunu. Yentu ankomo no so. Ene die me take mo time pa because men sem no American na doso. Me pesa me man yema mu ye clear. Edema mu nti was the point I wanted to make is that if Muhammad's Allah was a separated deity from the pagan moon god, his people were worshipping. In fact, the whole of Arabia knew about the moon god. He would have made a clear distinction between himself and such god, but rather he agreed to their claims in the verses quoted above by saying it is unfair division. That is Quran Surah 53, ayat number 19 to 23. Me pamucho meba. Okay, me dasi. Okay. Enti we say so where ex-Muslims platform. Ex-Muslim platform. And American we say no flow. Enti these people now omudi informations in ego about them. They were Muslims and they later found all this truth. Because if you do the research, your research will lead you to know what you are worshiping. And oh yeah, Islam, you see Musa question. Debbie, don't find out. Because if you find out, a be lead you a more babe free sumunimu. Quran say, ye won crophobia womudi kind. Ebusa questions a lady woman sansa woman answers inti. A lady woman outside the religion. They became what do you call it? They became apostates. Omu yi womu fi sumunimu. Ambassador mechia memo akwaba. Enti anton komonzo. O say even Allah didn't like female children, and no wonder he used Muhammad to make law for men against women. Yamfano ntonchen. Mame sankai another one because the American also. I don't want to take much of you people time. Okay. My yen shade. My yen sanshwe. I think sa mekai ba kumi no pe bibia kam. We AI. Okay. AI. One also accepted the concept of Allah having 3 daughters and Hubaal having 3 daughters. So Sheswa picture danche. Was it in pre-Islamic Arabia? Hubaal was a moon god worshipped at the Kaaba in Mecca, while Allah was also recognized as a deity. Okay, though not represented by an idol. A common theory supported by some scholars suggests that Hubaal may have been a form or aspect of the pre-Islamic concept of Allah. Okay, the pre-Islamic, they suggest, a common theory supported by some scholars suggests that Hubaal may have been a form or aspect of pre-Islamic concept of Allah, possibly serving a conduit for prayer to Allah. Okay. However, other interpretation purpose that Allah and Hubaal were distinct deities, with Allah being more general term for God, and Hubaal is a specific deity worshipped by the creation. About what I say, worshipped by the creation. So Allah no, the meaning of that Allah no is God. What can God do? On can she do? What can God do? On can she? What can the creator? On can she? And what's a woman you creator no nidin? God no who can answer no nidin the same. Enti Allah no musi emini God do which God and what they buy among 360 idols no, they were having the concept of divination, the divinity that was Hubaal and Muhammad and so by as I'm chrono no bekan. Okay, who nyame na oba na wo se woye more divine, woye the creator, woye everything ni din desire. Wo se ye frɛ ni nyame. Na say omo ni din na ye hunu nyame kro. Now so the people no now he was dealing with them no was so wise and intelligent and they knew said this guy is still referring to Allah. Okay, he's still referring to Hubaal. So we don't care whatever he's bringing out. You get a point? Was it in pre-Islamic? Okay, no matter. A common theory supported by some scholars suggests that Hubaal may have been a form or aspect of the pre-Islamic concept of Allah, possibly serving as a conduct for prayer. Okay. However, the other interpretation proposed that Allah and Hubaal were distant deities, with Allah being more general terms for God, and Hubaal is a specific deity worshipped by the creation. Okay, and that term Allah means God, so what God? And no nankramofon to mention no. Womuni womunya medini. And no answer ye nyame no ye frɛ ni nyame. Ye nyame no ye frɛ ni nyame. Antoa ye frɛ ni nyame. Enti se me ka se me nyame din di nyame a, e bia na me refer to Antoa, but me pese me boni din a kyerɛ nti me se ye frɛ ni nyame. Akono di wo ye nyame. Enti obu sam se me nyame din di ta metumi aka kyerɛ se nyame. E bia na me pese me kyerɛ wo di enti a me pese me boni din a kyerɛ mo hunu nyame kro no, but me su wo ye nyame. When I was out the quad now the open hona de coachly. Okay, let us say. Enti yanto an common so. My men kai man in sinam say AI may be the count. Enti okay, what say? Allah also worshipped at the Kaaba, but no physical idol known to have represented him. The term Allah is thought to be derived from Al-Ilah, meaning the God. So Allah, according to AI, Allah was also part of God. So now you're worshiping inside the Kaaba. But now, according to AI, now we need a representative state to be a dining. But he now part of a nyameno na abosom someone wo ewo Kaaba. And that Allah no meaning God. So it could be any other God. Oka Allah, it could be any other God. So the term Allah was derived from the word Al-Ilah, that is the God. The God. So which God? This is a logical question. And then and namobeba be bomu nyamini din di akyerɛ. Woni mi sa wo ba ha no ontumi mabonya meni din mfa nkyerɛ ya emma ha wo ho ma because ename force mo be bonya meni din di akyerɛ ye. Keep it in mind. Okay, mamenko na I think say mekai ba akwa kan because I say makasa too much. Yes, I'm common be wa mamenko he say me to me de ba akwa be kan ho den say he say mekai we ya. We kra no me pe baby a me pe me screenshot ba ko bi a ka say Hubaal was the Lord of the Kaaba, and the Quran also refers Allah to be the Lord of the Kaaba. Mommy say we are why? The region of pre-Islamic Arabs life of the life of the pre-Islamic Arabs, especially the Hijaz, depends on trade, and they made a trade of religion as well. About 400 years before the birth of Muhammad, blah blah blah. Mefaba Kubia will say Hubaal is the Lord of the Kaaba, and Allah is also the Lord of the Kaaba, as we know from the Quran. Mamehwe. Mamehwe we na mehwe ade se mehu no ha. Hubaal, the moon god of the Kaaba. Okay, my ade. Ebia no mehu no ha. We another side was say Hubaal, the moon god of the Kaaba. What is quite certain in that the pagan Arabs in Mecca worship a moon god called Hubaal at the Kaaba. Hubaal was the lord of the Kaaba. Yes, this is what I was looking for. Okay, well, say what is the quite certain is that the pagan Arabs in Mecca worship a moon god called Hubaal at the Kaaba. Hubaal was the lord of the Kaaba. Okay, being the highest ranking god of the 360 gods worshipped in the Kaaba. Now, here is the amazing thing. Allah was also worshipped as the Lord of the Kaaba, yet Allah was never represented by any idol of physical nature. To suggest the polytheistic Arabs never created an idol to present Allah is simple, unreasonable, and unbelievable. We suggest rather that Hubaal was who the pagan Arabs addressed their prayer to Allah through. Okay, in other words, Allah was Hubaal. Muhammad came alone. To suggest the polytheistic Arabs never created an idol to represent Allah is simple, unreasonable, and unbelievable. We suggest rather that Hubaal was who the pagan Arabs addressed their prayer to Allah through. In other words, Allah was Hubaal. Muhammad came alone and smashed the idols of Hubaal, and now the Arabs had no idol of Allah to pray through anymore, and Hubaal was forgotten. There are stories in the Sirah of pagan Mecca praying to Allah while standing beside the image of Hubaal. Okay, so these are all evidences out there. These are all evidences out there which that Hubaal no is equally to Allah. And Muhammad the Baye no, the obey ya and say, Wabebu abosum ni nyina afiri denum en was semonso mu nyame. Nyame baya was nyame. Enti nyame bein na Muhammad na opam wo mo akoson no. Sa wo ka se the creator na omonso didi say Hubaal no eye the higher rank God na omo Arabs no omo gidie. Enti nyame be na Muhammad ka ne ho asem. Wono Muhammad ni ko hunu say nyame na wo hene. Wati ni dini wo hene. Nyame ya wo kan no wunim ni dini. Wosi wunim ni dini. Eno ane creator bay. Ye frɛ ne say wosi nyame. Nyame ne ben wosi nyame. Hey, bra. Yo, mate. Mame kopa ne so. E kwan da ho ma Muslim so no. Momra na mo mejoin. Okay. Ma yendi kai nkofa me pacho ambassador ene wo basoa ye ne ntientie mo ma me pacho. Okay. Ma mini kan kofa Isaka. Me wi amaba na maba befa ambassador abekan obasoa me pacho ko questions ne so mame mpe ena bia Isaka me mo akwa
tale bibia boko die
bibia boko me ma assignment o koye assignment no hu ko nie die
eno ana ba wo say me hu notification about life na me so ma me hwe ya na me hu say like you are just going on the topic near there. Yes, you Oh yeah. I was able to look it. I was able to look through it up. One would say, I am so happy that you are a member of a common sense family.
Okay.
And they are already no. Okay. What my common sense tells me, say, you and I, we all agreed Muhammad was born in Mecca.
Yeah.
But Muhammad was not the one who built the Kaaba. Right?
So I agree with you.
Thank you. He was not the one who built the Kaaba. The Kaaba was built before Muhammad was even came alive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The one who built the Kaaba, what was the intention that he built the Kaaba? That's what we
I don't know the person. I don't know the person who built the Kaaba.
Thank you.
But thank you. Say, the Kaaba was containing 360 idols. So Omo built the Kaaba, and their intention was to bring the idols together, to worship them together.
One will say the reason why Amika say I'm glad to be on the. I mean, I'm glad to be on the platform as a talking to as a common forum member because of someone said, oh yeah, this research but it looks like say you forget to know who built the Kaaba and what was the Kaaba built for and who
my brother, who built the Kaaba? Who built it?
No, the Kaaba
Who
was
built the
built by
Kaaba?
Ibrahim and Ibrahim and his son Ismail.
Aside the Quran, aside the Quran, give us any history that proves to say Abraham neneba Ismail nesi Kaaba no aside the Quran.
Oh, now aside the Quran, maybe a Muslim, I believe the Quran and the Sunnah of the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Sir Abraham, the patomeba, Sir Abraham, and neba Isaac in our come on semono. Baby, story ne start free, you know. And can you baby say, Womu see Kaaba be our Arabia as so.
No, Mr.
Make it claim say Abraham no. And woman be di Kaaba can and one semono. Waba Arabia as so. Eba be see 90s so. Muhammad the neba da ben. And one no bet to me about Casas and Wabra ye won crofo din and him kanya. Wamuno ndi kaya Casas and Muhammad never Casas and Wabra than what betu says you.
But you and
I what they mean.
I agree. That was our story.
Okay,
Muslim,
who is Allah?
What
is the meaning of Allah?
The idol, those are our story. We Muslims break the story to you guys, to the world. It wasn't like maybe the story was hidden.
No. And you Muslims now the story nearby. Story Bia Muhammad Bekan was there already. Abraham. Okay, me Musa question. Okay. Me Musa question. Abraham. Nani Irini Hega. Quran Muhammad Nebekai.
That is not what I'm saying. No, we are talking about the
story. Ben, I will come with some story. Ben, I will come with some say a Muslims and they buy. Country story. Ben,
say Abusun Sumuna ewa Kaaba muno. Abusun Sumuna ewa Kaaba muno. In your own statement, in your own statement now already, you did mention Muhammad went and break. Muhammad went and break.
Isaka.
Yes. Jai. This is common sense.
Meba. Wait, baby. No. Unyandru common sense in pon wabe do high sense. Okay. And for baby, Mamma Chawadi. So, who catch and say, Muslims in a modern story of 360 idols in the Kaaba and by Aobua, because that story, that history was there before Muhammad was born. That history was there before Muhammad was born.
I think you are confusing here.
Confusing, say.
Listen, I am not arguing about the worshiping. Of course, the worshiping. The worshiping was there.
Mama won't tell me as ye. Me pese me hunu story kura. What say? Yamu Muslim say na mama ye hunu ye no story beya.
Okay, the story now Kawasam just on the topic about the Abusunsuna ye Abusunsumna ye worship e Kaaba no. Hold on, but who made the news on that story?
Debbie, will claim I will make it crowd. Won't mean standing on. Won't now more Muslims now with this story in the Bible.
Hina Nekubu Abususumne wall munina.
So now Abusun so many one son Muhammad Eba and I say Muhammad Eba and Abusun so many by.
Debbie Abususumne ewa honumudera. That's what you were worshiping. In your statement,
Muslims and Amodeba, no number pay me who story.
Debbie, in your statement. In your statement, who region who say pre-Islam, Ebra Islam niho. That is what you read.
Masa, one kasana wasa ma walk and I won't tell you say.
That is what you read.
Because who the can make claim say story be a yamona modeba. Me busa say story ben na momona modeba ya na any hoda da. Unso ntimi ntre story koro.
Okay, Maminkasa. 1 minute. Why?
Story from.
Mami can say. Story I make claiming says story. No, we break the story as a Muslims. It was because of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He was the one who went to the Mecca and broke all the God that they were worshiping.
So Muhammad breaking the idols, and then the story a moment I'm on buy.
I didn't already, and Kahuana.
Or anybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell me. He know that the story by no. Tell me who is the narrator of the story that you read? Who is the narrator? Maza, who is the narrator of the story?
Ambassador.
Yeah, it's a
who is the narrator?
And then the Uber 2 big.
Isaka.
And then the Uber 2 big.
Oh,
yeah, I don't think I may pick him Muslims, you know, until the
and Uber 2 big.
Who is the narrator? Who is the narrator?
Hey, me pacho ambassador Nyabotere. Why?
Okay, my Nyabotari.
Isaka.
Yes, sir.
Kawanu tum na menko your friends.
It's me bisa question. Man bisa question bio. It's man bisa question bio ada.
Because what seven na wo kanu.
There be maybe some question. Me see who is the narrator?
Assembly ni tire. Assembly ni ko. Narrator be ho asem na wo kan narrator be.
Isaka mianu ko.
Story now original. Who narrated that story? Story now original. Who narrated that story?
Isaka mianu mami.
Mami fa narrator ma unti udi ejina so.
Okay, wa.
En kase bi papa mta me dey narrator ma why. Kawanu tum.
Mati.
Isaka be mia well. Asana bi mi ba. Mi ye wo mi na ube 2 biga.
Mami Muslim be na mi suro no wi ase. Muslim
ube 2 biga ele.
Yes, este. Me pata website we eh strong and answer strong.
Wikipedia. Wikipedia. Dabena Wikipedia ba we ase.
Your friends ambassador me pata kasa me why.
Oh, Debio. Dabena Wikipedia ba we ase.
Who be we ase dabaya who che Wikipedia. Who che Wikipedia.
Prophet Muhammad peace be upon
who che Wikipedia.
Muhammad wa ba we ase asan answer na Wikipedia ba we ase. Sana
ye wo obi a wonu nso di ka ba we ase ansa na Muhammad e ba we ase. Enso Muhammad no be kan say nipa na asem a wo kan ya atoro.
There be mentioned topic now. Who is the narrator of the story?
There is nothing like who is the narrator of the story. It is factor. It is factor. I establish all the media, internet, even in Islam. So there is nothing like who is the narrator. It is a factor I establish here. We all know this.
We Muslims.
So there is nothing like who is the narrator.
This is our story. We break the story to the world.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Question me be say, what say Muhammad di ka buy and say na Wikipedia eba. Muhammad buy no. Ni nkrofobia wo modi kai ansa na Muhammad na eba. Wo buy wo mo nsama no wo mo kan Muhammad ameka say ya atro. Muhammad beto meka abosomfo no. Na wo mo say divine source a wo mo som no. Ye friend Hubaal. Muhammad buy wo so oya atro. Woni munyansa champion na di kai no.
Question what we
answer to me yano.
Me see.
Obi di kan entrese wono na eye ne e wono kwere wo. Wudi kan a empanifo se wudi kan wo court wo wundi pemo ye. We Muhammad di kan a entrese wono na adi pim. Wikipedia eye site a wo gather sources, fact sources na wo di aba abontene. So ensemu aye kan ni nyina no eye sources a ewo honom in history ensemu we say num nyina honom a eye fact. So what are you trying to say?
Wikipedia command story about May 9 US. Wikipedia command story about May 9/11. Question you are no way.
Would ye say some way say anu we are not what can the can. Hubaal now I part of a bosomo. Now you're someone walk out any man one can.
Nyina me jitu mo ka ho.
Okay. If you
Aboso
some Wikipedia can enter a work Canadian.
and na me catch you say.
Enter a Wikipedia Canadian. I was some 360 and I walk out any mono. And the crown answer Yanakore.
Oh, it's more than that, Yano Quarry.
Ain't you bad about to Wikipedia? Say Wikipedia chair. But over catch say Wikipedia and 7 walk and I throw the Yanakranti into. And so some I can you know what you have to say Yanakore says sanity. So what is your argument?
Masa.
What are you arguing? Why are you arguing? Why wouldn't send someone when someone can your friend said factor establish. So why are you arguing? You just came to just to argue.
Big Debbie, because we see everything that Wikipedia like breaking story beyond breaking is authentic. They will never make a mistake. That's the argument. We see. Me one example say Wikipedia na kasa no. Go check it out. Story about the May 9/11 no. Okay. And on say they have misinformed the public on some certain issue. You cannot just say whatever they authentic, you know, whatever they break, you know, it's authentic forever. The story of this carbon, no, everybody. And your Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the breaking story, no. It was nothing that was hidden. But then breaking all the idols in the Kaaba because of say and ye say yesum but nyankopon say wasum no.
Sura na your friend no yasen as ye say.
Oh, the surah of Afis won't say what
question. I can't topic na me ye no ma me fan to me chine hwe.
Okay.
Why? I can't topic na me ye no.
My catch say.
Okay.
One can kind Arabic number one. Miba. One can kind Arabic number one. Yaw is alphabet in Arabic. Listen. Excuse me. Listen to me. Yaw alphabet, which is the last alphabet in Arabic. Yeah. And sin is also an alphabet. So Allah swears with whatever He pleases with. Ya sin. But say obi kasama, it might be different. Hold on. Yeah, well, alphabetical chapters. Almost starting with chapters. For instance, Surah Maryam, the chapter of Maryam, chapter 19, it starts Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Swad. Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Swad. And then yawo another one. Ha, Mim, which are letters. Yawo, Kaf, which is only one letter. Yawo, Ha, Mim, Ain, Sin, Kaf. This is to show how Allah wants. How He wants. So if you are...
Question na me bisa unu yimi anu. Ya kase Al-Baqarah asiyane say.
Al-Baqarah ya first cow.
Okay, cow. Okay, ya kase Yasin asiyane say.
Yasin is only Allah who knows the meaning. It's alphabet. It's alphabetical representation.
It's only Allah who knows the meaning. It's only Allah.
It's alphabetical representation.
Okay, it's only Allah who knows the meaning. But
and what is Alif Lam Mim? Excuse me,
my brother.
Oh, come on now. Jai. We are talking intellectual. We are discussing intellectual. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Quran say the message now Yedema Muhammad. It was given to Muhammad in a language in which he understands, so that he may explain it well to the people. Say Yasin no your friend said, yes, no, a word that it is only Allah netiasia. Why should it be part of language? Yadema Muhammad or no netiasia and Muhammad and netiasia. Let us say there are some languages Yadema Muhammad, Muhammad name Ukrana want tiasia nebo. Said ya mokasa a Christopher, ebo tons so monte tons was no a yabodam kasano. And ya make say there are some chapters, the name of the chapters of the Quran a yabodam. Because yasen any meaning, taha any meaning. So it's a taha any meaning now oka. Yasen any meaning now oka na won't yasia eya bodam. This I said
excuse me, Sankofa. Sankofa me papacho. Kasa we me pese ye dede. This time today I don't have time more. I just want us to talk intellectually, please.
Okay. Yeah, kasa intellectually they ready.
Me see how many chapters of the Quran that start or that has alphabetical or letters to start with? Do you know? I think you have mentioned some. You have mentioned some. You have mentioned some. Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2 of the Quran, start with Alif, Lam, and Mim. Alif, Lam, and Mim. Alif is one of the alphabet or the beginning of the alphabet in Arabic. Alif. And Lam is also represented like L in English. L, Lam. And then we have Mim, which is M. These are 3 letters that Allah revealed to Prophet Muhammad to recite it. Because that time the revelation was coming, the so-called Arabs, they think they know they say abebuo omuna kasano omu to me bube and I say omu to me ka asema emu ye deep ena nyami pese on channel to me or say okay alif lam mim man tear me offer tear me
man ni see masa
tear me what are you talking about ana platform you want to talk about show you I'm not an Akan. Michikura ahana mibesuya ewo abroad in Holland. You understand? In Ghana, I was speaking Ghana fluently because I was born in Accra.
This is irrelevant.
Yes.
We don't
so
need that.
when I came to Europe, Europe, ahana mibesuya. So sometimes if I talk, hear me. Debbie, asema me pese me
We don't need that.
Sami bube bi ewo akan kasa mo na akan for say she pepenia she kramonia
ambassador ade when amunu posana
hold on omu pese omu kire me say e omu kasa intimi to me bube ewo omu kasa omu krom kasa no. So that is what Allah revealed. The people think that
How do you
Arabic
know?
is Arabic. Oh, listen please. They think the Arab they are talking is the same as the revelation. So Nami, Eddie, Alif, Lamim, and letters, so that they should find it in their language. If they have it, they don't have it.
My brother,
So simple
it
as
is
that.
a lie. Okay, it is
Okay,
a lie.
finish. Okay. If you take it, you take it. If you don't take it, leave it alone.
Ambassador, I am not going to listen to you, but I would rather listen to the
It's
Quran.
okay.
Anything I make
It's okay.
And until I make catch him say, Munnimu Quran, we are Muslims in Sumunim Quran. The Quran says, listen to me. The message that was given to Muhammad, it was given to them, it was given to Muhammad in the language in which Muhammad and his people understands. So there was another verse in the Quran I say, if the language was given to Muhammad in a foreign language, which they do not understand and come back question Muhammad. So what are you trying to say? Do you think, what you say? Quran Arabic kasana wa Quran nimu. Is different from Arabic kasana na what that have.
Of course. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
So the Quran has some kind of counter.
Excuse me. Okay, now. Excuse me. Hold on.
Me pacha, give me question.
Hold on.
Give me question. Quran has some more kind of control.
Sankofa, ade jira ya opri usa. Me pacho, ade.
Masa yano sankofa nyashi go straight yin na wa sama ya kanwa yin ya ya
okay kasa okay kasa
ya Islam da yin na ya da sankofa nya mutama kasa kakra he masa asama no sankofa ka sambi amajiru ko da
nyine so nya bin kasa wa
mbocho mra ba
no me nyarisa Mohammed me pacha me ma 5 minutes so question be na who bisa ye wo 851 856 ya me be
okay Martin 5 minutes for odoso me da sipi program na yare yano aha ye wo hadi yesu ade onye dedo onye de na mente kasa de na kasa na men kan ye no we are talking about Almighty God obia ni wol kasa onim de eninti na nyankopon ye dam no eni nyankopon na adwenem mo wo Quran ni mu no ode yare toton ni yesua one for the past 30 years in especially Africa you will send me one year to bisa send ye wo social media ye bisa ili mfunu ustad funu wo me ya no because the masamia alif lam before yet ye wo juma na yet pe na anyim wo baka no ya ajatum this is the time you put you factor on unko dem chen sankofa be said there is no any history book and a history or there kabano Ibrahim on any banner we see kabano there is no history ye ni book bia wo Egypt 3,000 years before even the 3,000 years out pyramid nyame no you history before answer Muhammad baba inti for Quran no to nchana masa sankofa get proof adi o chire there Ibrahim on any banner no we see kabano proof ese any Muslim for ne yema rules it's not true yeah them na identity Islam or your story ne ya ton story ne ya da mamanfo since ya your time mamanfo na adwun do no the madi on click inti won me ya no eba eyin do mamba kede it's like be you so stupid no nya dem make sepi me question me ayin there on manya proof history our chede Ibrahim on ne ba no wasi kaaba no beside the Quran masa makai
answer ambassador
wait
I say yeah man proof nothing me my card say okay this is my proof where my sources are it is up to you say like go and like see okay let me go and prove this guy wrong because of this is what but who can say so be a new OC and how was it built a nipa na building and I say no one be see o
so Argentina won so when you convinced Argentina why are you so convinced he say Quran na say mo kan ya na correct
because that's what I believe
Abraham na Isaac ne be see
that's what I believe listen Pacho mbese me call Pacho 1 minute mbese me call no wadwuma mu Pacho yeah sebi o yen nuan mo Christian na e bia omo ba
Isaka mami chia wansa na wako wai
okay
Isaka na geshika
bada bona
munza grease together maybe baka tunele ni amani na tunareke
crash yo
na geshika okay
na follow guys on do ba
ni na tunareke
yo okay
na share ya mo
yo yati question Pacho wo
ya be chiwawi ya be chiwawi de be out ya be chiwawi
go ba tie mbese mi kokọ ejuma ba fa la ko won say
Isaka to once man 1 minute me Pacho waka sabi be Pacho
aka 1 minute na Muhammad did na no si na ya ba wo so me Pacho nya
mbese mi ko mi ejuma mbese mi ko just a quick 1 minute yen you know Christian bia sometimes on ba program so no I think it's about hard time say you let them know what you believe or what you is either you are side with them. Because of the reason why I'm saying this, when we say yeah, no matter show they were also making some comments. But sebi kanya nyame sumpa e make sense
Isaka how did you know Isaka where then who so me Christopher
okay
Isaka where then who so me Christopher na be share
oh there was a lady be on more there was a lady be on previous time in the Kasai.
So don't use don't use one person to judge the whole thing.
I
Because some
stand for
one,
correction.
as we
I
be
stand for
free.
correction.
Isaka.
I stand for correction. I stand for correction.
Money making the submission na on Korean Kobe for Isaka.
Me that see. I stand for correction.
Moko to se sata mana Avram bimuche edina Christopher konso no na moko bona baso mashallah inshallah Islam is the best na moko hye nachi etru se obi nso bomu de achi na Christopher no nso ani adia na afa dia mo ba besu
Debbie. Who say enye nyina na so it wasn't all of us who were watching
it was all of you. It was all the Muslims. His videos were separating all the Muslims.
Correcting me. I started my correction.
Message no meeting.
I mean, it's just about we are agree, disagree, but sometimes no. This is the only religion that makes sense to me. I don't want to take my. Oh yeah, to me. To me. I'm not saying to everybody. To me, because this is what I believe in, and this is what I'm proud of. I have to go back to work. Madam, say thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we'll talk back again. Why?
Yeah, tell us.
All right.
Tanko for one chire obi obodo ka bana.
Want to mention it or no was it?
Ma catch it out. Mina me catch out say. Ibrahim and his not only Ismail. And now who say and no. So you have to tell me who built it.
You need history book. You need. Okay,
I said, "Kabani near those if you were Yemen, not if you were
Obiankasa Makuma,
near Dosu."
Roya, me patch out Bremway, Roya, Casana Yanko Bill Frost. Why?
Okay, yo, mi pa mo chọ mi church amuna good evening.
Yeah, Johnson.
Ofanya mi shira for the good works away. Now, I said that all kind Muslims for the sound of material. I'm go platform, they tell you what you should do. But with your mobile program, no attacking Christians is here. Those are no supporting. No comment section.
Mashallah. Allah Akbar. Any day.
Now, me see recently, a Nigerian guy do a video against Christianity. Go and see how they are spreading their videos, and they were supporting. But so be sorry, no, we must study Christians, so must study Islam. Okay, I have decided to speak against Islam. Now, I didn't know panic Kasati Christian. Very bad, almost such a now. Ambassador, person me be a very simple question concerning the Kabbah. Abraham now, your friend is saying, Muhammad Ekrim said, I don't know, see Kabbah. Who read the Bible very careful? Or see Abraham, your friend is saying, Ishmael, so according to the Bible, no Kowari an Egyptian woman. I don't know a Hebrew. Ishmael or a Hebrew. Only Mami Wari, Egyptian Edemano. So how did he become even an Arab? Tell me, we are Ghana. Nami Wuba, Nami Bani, a friend is saying, like, yeah. There is no Robert in our Nigerian because Ishmael Kowari, Egyptian, and only Papa Abraham or a Hebrew. So how did they become Arabs? Someone who call Arab, someone who call Kabbah. No, it's a lie. The historically, Ankasano. Story now, Muhammad, a copy of this Quran, is just to deceive the Christians and the Jews so that they also come to the Kaaba and worship. Because now Abraham and now say Ishmael as a Kaaba now. Nanka like question will be sano. The prophet after Abraham, they would have even go to the Kaaba and worship there. But there is no sources that just said the prophet even went to the Moses one Kaaba. Isaiah one Kaaba. All the prophets Oman Kaaba worship, but Muhammad wanted to deceive the people so that they will believe say or the prophet. And into now or the Kaaba story at the bar with religion. Into Muslims, you're about platform, so you're very careful. You shouldn't attack. The Sankofa did research about it. That's all research I bet me about you. Your intimidation. Ambassador, it's a very simple question. Now, because if Allah means God, what is his name? The imperator, what is the name of the God?
Royal, where you in?
And I can be some ambassador say like, what is the name of his God?
What is the name of whose God?
Say Allah. You guys claim say Allah means God, right?
Let me make some clarification here before, please. You know, when you ask a question, sometimes people don't even know the question they are questioning. They don't even know the question itself because they are fumbling. Excuse me to say, with all due respect. I heard some of us was
question and ambassador about to twap papa so sa
excuse me. He said Sankofa or Kasa in the beginning. Or Kasa Afa Allata wal Uza. Allata wal Uza. Sana Edinu Ewo in the Quran. And onu on the way I pronounce Adeno or see Allah. Sankofa
Masa say we are yem bisa question bi abiemo. Monday bibi say mo question ya mo fan the next Muslim because we there
Mpacho more platform no so na ambassador was so mamu bisa na question.
Two deities. So
the first one is the Al-Alat, and the second one is the Al-Luza. And the other Al-Alat to Al-Luza. And trouble the Wukan.
Thank you for the answer. Question is very simple.
Sankofa mpacho omo platform e announcement ambassador baso na obisa question mpacho mam bisa ambassador because ono obekwa akonwan akoma history akoma na question here just 1 + 1 = 2 no aso no ko division baby a class ni free by na 1 no masa mesramu nziama mam bisa no question
wonso ba be kantro adie ye 3 deities Al-Alat Al-Luza and Al-Manat Al-Alat Al-Luza and Al-Manat e ye 3 deities.
Obi andi watamu ambassador obi andi watamu unim question anu yi ye bisa question am ntumu ambassador kwam
expose you say yes anete
mundidi matem se mu yu anam catch
ambassador na oyere brapa o oyere
obre ye kan se on tro na wu kan ye twa ma wu kan tro no na yes anete
Sanko fa do one so
okay why be say why na there esi kaba no
Dromisu.
Ambassador, I'll answer a question you. Woman answer question.
But me say Royal, oh yeah, massive. Obeka sa whole Obama whole graphic. Na unya point ba kokra. Nti produce for empe for.
That's hospital no area. Say ma subito na doctor
about. Ebi eni hwe example.
You need to be examined. You need to be diagnosed. Yama. Okay, Royal, be some question.
Me pa ucho. Quran 53:19 na Sankofa OTM about the of Allah. Are they idols or what?
Allah wal Uzza. They were idols that the pre-Islamic before the coming of the Prophet ﷺ, the people were worshiping. They tend to worship there at the Kaaba, which is not right.
Which is not right.
Allah, no, listen to the word pronunciation. Allata wal Uzza. Allata wal Uzza. Okay.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead. Just like hold on. Royal. In Exodus. Hold on. In Exodus 20, 4:6. Oh, listen. Excuse me.
Exodus 20.
Exodus 20.
Raya, Pacho, me and
Mono ya catch them.
Hold on.
No munya Bible Exodus munyai.
Oh,
Mono
see,
ya kotu
God,
thou
Quran
shalt-
amusi munyai Bible
God.
amudi preach.
excuse me.
God,
Oh, see,
Pacho,
thou shalt
Ambassador
not-
Kasa,
thou shalt not make- Excuse me. They said, thou shalt. Why don't you allow me to talk?
Okay.
Oh,
Meaning,
Raya, Monkasa. But the Jano Kasa,
Mama in Casa, Miss Ceremony and Co. before Frost, and I guess the no one also.
Among the 10 Commandments, it says, "Thou shalt not worship, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image." And Allah and Uzza are like graven images put there in the Kaaba. So the Prophet ﷺ has to what? Has to condemn that.
Ambassador.
So I'm just
Ambassador.
supporting what the
10
Exodus says.
Commandments, you won't Quran.
Yanko.
You won't 10 Commandments to Quran.
Ambassador, have you heard about this?
Yanko, reset it.
Ambassador, we have 10 Commandments in the Quran.
I finish. I finish.
Ambassador there.
Yo, Michel Bia.
Thank you.
Question, Kakra. Ambassador,
Yo, okay.
Nana me pata wo betu bi mo e wase wo mo kasa ansa na waka.
Oh, mama me. Oh, me wa hada da.
Ambassador, satanic verses.
Mama yesu 4 minutes bi nesu yen kasa kakra wa.
What was our questions? Well, before
Ambassador, satanic verses in the Quran. Have you heard of it before? What is our story in that?
Written by Salman Rushdie, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, simple question. What is satanic verses?
No, I never read it, but I heard the author, the one who wrote about it. Yeah, I heard about it.
Okay, I mean, satanic verses is about say Muhammad. Eka say the 3 daughters of Allah. You can pray through them. Is it right or wrong?
The what?
The 3 daughters of Allah. Quran chapter 22 verse 52. Sankofanya Quran chapter 22 verse 52. Now Muhammad, you see, when Muhammad was starting Islam, he said the way of the daughters of Muhammad, said the pagans should accept his religion. In Quran chapter 22 verse 52, Muhammad, according to that verse, no, Quran chapter 53 verse 19 to 21, Muhammad agreed that the daughters, according to
Nana beauty why they do what she.
What's your Quran?
Quran chapter 22 verse 52.
22
Now,
verse 52.
Muhammad,
Hold on. Okay. Quran 22. Okay. Surah Al-Hajj.
okay, 52.
52.
Prophet Mame Mo 1657. Surah 1657.
Catch on Nana beauty why like feedback over she they do what you meet to my why yourself.
Royals, Quran Surah 16, ayat number 57.
The same when I quote verse now quoting
Surah to Hajj,
maybe our Quran chapter 22 verse 52 now actually the reason why 53:19 by 22 why service
and now my feedback feedback you to whom my why
1657 was it, and they attribute to Allah daughters. Exalted is he, and for them is what they desire.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So Quran Surah 16 ayat number 57. 22 Surah to Hajj, 52 nyasa asem no na wo.
okay, so but already now mention we dey ready 20.
Okay, mama for 22.
No, your cast no on Tiana. Like they do what you two also on T.
Surah 22:52. Mama fanto so na hwese. No.
Na ambassador na okoti 10 commandments. Quran 10 commandments.
Any 22.
We say we go kwana buni die.
Eji Abetie ni nimusa.
Or say, and we did not send before you any messenger of prophet, except that he spoke in that is or recite. Satan threw into some misunderstanding, but Allah abolished that which Satan throws in. Then Allah makes it precise his verses, and Allah is knowing and wise.
Yeah, verse when American. One said this verse was revealed when the people accused Muhammad said, Muhammad Ekoka said, the three daughters of Allah can be prayed through, like their intersections can be accepted. And
Yeah.
the pagans say, wow. Hey,
Yeah,
and they say Muhammad
according to some commentary behind this Quran, Muhammad kum old man be because Abra was praising Abosom. Abra was praising Abosom. A friend said that three daughters of Allah said they can pray through them. No, I said they came together with the belief of Muhammad.
yes, and American.
Yes.
Into old man one kutu because on him say Muhammad is a false prophet. Old man when kutu into later now Muhammad ebe use the Quran chapter 22 verse 52 he say one do nipa into verse now on car say like the three daughters intersections will be allowed. Satan and I can't assembly children no. And now Quran chapter 22 verse
The bukra ever the book way.
you don't even know your religion. You know nothing about your.
Wait.
What is,
You guys, where do
Ambassador,
you read all this things?
Ambassador, what is the tafsir about Surah 22:52 now? What is the tafsir behind that?
وما أرسلنا من قبلك من رسول ولا نبي إلا إذا تمنى ألقى الشيطان في أمنيته فينسخ الله ما يلقي الشيطان ثم يحكم الله آياته والله عليم حكيم. Whenever we start a messenger or a prophet, whenever we send a messenger or a prophet before you, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he recited our revelations, Satan would influence people's understanding of his recitation. But eventually, Allah will eliminate Satan's influence. Then Allah will firmly establish His revelations, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise.
So what
So
is the
beautiful.
purpose? And Asbabu Nazur about this ayah. And what is the Asbabu Nazur about this ayah?
To be honest with you, I'm not so how to call it deep in the
Okay, so-
Asbab al-Nuzul. But let
So
me give
go
you
and
my
check it.
no,
Go
no,
and
excuse
check
me.
it. Asabna Roya can it is
Hold on. Let me give you a very simple explanation from my point of view, right? وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِنْ قَبْلِكَ مِنْ رَسُولٍ. That means anytime a prophet is sent, they are telling the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "Hey, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, anytime we send prophet like you to his people, Satan will try, or the devil will try to convince other people so that they will."
one can say a
Ambassador,
prophet like you.
ambassador.
Sankofa
me bo.
Ambassador Makata one ya.
Sankofa.
Me my own life you should be said the message in crofo bi no. No pentro too much. Na kai ade ntisi a won
Sankofa. Mpacho me Sankofa tio. Roya. Mpacho asam na mo kan. Aboso no, are they the daughters of Allah and I said they are daughters of Bonsam?
Where are the daughters here? Where are the daughters here? No, daughters who
Oh, me pacho, oh, munyabotre, ambassador.
Where are the daughters here?
Are they the daughters of Allah and I said they are daughters of Bonsam? Shaitan.
Where is it here? Where? I mean, I can't find it here. I can't find the daughters here in this verse. I can't find
ambassador. Raya, sir, Aboso Momia, the daughters of Allah.
Oh, my goodness. Where are the daughters here? Me, I can't find it in this verse.
The daughters of Allah.
I can't find it
They
here.
are the daughters of Allah, right?
I can't find them here.
That is the pagan god.
Ambassador, wait. Yeah. So if they are the daughters if they are daughters of Allah, so me Allah ne mbadia. Enya na Islam so ka chen say Nyankopon no ntimi nyaba no.
Only
You want to
that.
tell me that you want to tell me
Mibao.
there's contradiction, right? You want to tell me that, yeah.
Oh, no,
Yes,
Ambassador.
no, that is the point you are trying to explain.
Oh,
There is no
relax.
daughters here.
Relax. Oh. It's a maybe are they
Some
the
years,
daughters
some
of
years,
Allah?
I'm Bahabio. Yeah, I'm
Grandpa.
Bahabio
Oh,
because no.
Ambassador.
No, I'm not welcoming. Why? Why?
Ya se
Why?
wo ba ya enyi sika.
Sankofa.
Ya se wo ba ya wo ba pe na your bank account akosoro.
Of
Yeah, that's
course,
it.
of
Why?
course, of
San-
course. I'm
So
making the
for me
platform
so
suit.
can
Sankofa
why?
Pacho.
I'm making the
The
platform.
word
I'm
the
making the
word daughters
platform
of Allah.
suit.
You bet me your Quran and Hadith.
Yeah. If I
Sankofa,
don't
bisa
come,
question.
Sankofa will write. Yeah, will invite me. If I don't come here, he will invite me.
Sankofa.
Quran Surah 16. Quran Surah 16, ayat number 57. It says, they consider these three idols to be the daughters of Allah.
Okay, let me go to
Okay,
chapter
so
16.
if they are
Surah 16, 57.
Yeah, Allah, Sankofa. I don't
okay,
know
it
where you
is
get
say
all your
if they are
all this this thing translation.
oh ambassador
Quran
ambassador
16.
Nyabotre.
Miba,
So
Quran
if
16.
they are
Quran
daughters of
16 what?
Allah,
1657. And I'm at the Atos one. Who bet me Akai?
David Miba. So we ukita leftist Quran and a leftist translation. 16,
Okay,
50,
so
50,
and if
yeah,
or write this translations and ebra.
50,
Right.
54. Quran 16,
it is say
57.
Yeah.
if they are
They
daughters
say
of Allah
Tree
now.
Quran there. Tree Quran there. Ma emu ada ho ma ye clear say Ghana fo ni nyina enim ente Arabic no. Because translations now omo dey buy
Oh,
from the
offer tie. Quran nisi. ويجعلون لله البنات سبحانه ولهم مما يشتهون. And they
Oh, on meeting moderator, me patch on meet ambassador ma me manin kasa why. Me patch on mute to ma me why na eduru so awo kasa. Ambassador on mute to
Because Sankofa because na me bisa say if it is truly said the Allah were daughters or you then unkunya son.
ambassador me patch on kind na chire mu ma why.
Can you there can you change?
Yeah, the kind poems, The kind poems, my answer. Poems,
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
No.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Mo poems, I don't know how to be lying and say, Rajim. I will say,
ويجعلون لله البنات سبحانه
Mama yesu kasa bi wa. Ambassador we there we dey for to man kani.
And they attribute angels.
Yo Sankofa mi chubia any uplat. Sankofa bi chubia any Sankofa who say so who kan alijalalia sa alif lam no o si obi anti ase o ji sa lepe o o si bia obi anti ase ji
Surah 36 ta ha Surah 26 ta ha Surah 36 ya sen
Allah no bibi ha na adwena na wo de verse aba Elias kire bibi ha na adwena na
Elias kire
Allah no on
ena adenu kuran kaza kuran punu sa ujun kuran po a entare because Quran no Allah di Quran di ba di man krofo so musi Quran Allah di maye ana ena odi verses bi ashim obi anti ase then what is the purpose of bringing these verses in the first place?
Exactly.
Yeah, omo verse bi o Quran mo omo si when Quran verses no e bi Quran ha enye clear who can ya won't ase but the same Quran no so say e clear mo bia and verses ashim biom si say verses ni bi wa enye clear when you know can yesi boy when you know yeah
boss e bia na
almost or penom say
boss on be kasa on Arabic enu nti na on ti ase no.
no, this have nothing to do with Arabic. You see, Ibi Muhammad and Kasa Quran verses in Quran on Quran on Tiasia because according to some Quran verse, you know, I didn't say that you Quran verse and he said the Quran is very clear. A clear book of Betias. And on Musa what verse be wo so see verses in be wo ha wo ye dia won Tiasia. So into way it doesn't matter say uti farafara na say uti Arabic. Omu Allah no ona na odi ne book by ona so na osa bonu dondo na osa biem we nyina wo ko kinkan ya inti
ya abosom ni dini ene wo de atototo chapters ne so abosom ni dini because the chapter of the moon ewo ho, the chapter of the star ewo ho, the chapter of the morning star ewo ho, the chapter of the bee ewo ho, the chapter of elephant ewo ho, the chapter of the table. What the one kasa ne trase na twin chapters ya me bubo obosu ni dina ya
table ya
nyansa be ne hom
Nyansa bia nim.
nyansa be ne hom a whole
ya
book
chapter table power table
the chapter of the table nyansa be ne hom
sa table in ko
the chapter of the ant the chapter
table
of the ant
ya choba table o mu si Jesus na obo mpaye na table bi edi injury bi bae ya choba table Jesus na ebo mpaye o mu Jesus no o mu Isa no ono no bo mpaye na Allah sani injury ni table bae na nkrofo di ya bibi sa bi
Omutumika
Okay.
Sura Ibrahim na e ka sempo fro kra.
David kura oni mountains nyina tu omutu nyu no musa we nyina nti sakofa mu kasa no na na ba ko si when makafo no sana na omusom bosom no sources bia ni ho unless say nkrimofo sources nko a omuka bibisa say stories no omu no muka unya story ne mfiri bibia da
on the say onyom na wo to jano
sakofa mu kasa no omuka asemi say say uka about when makafo no omu busunsom no omuka asemi say apart from Islamic sources no unya source bia mfiri bibia eka about makafo omu busunsom no da esa wakai
and say
but again so uko check
na sama wo kan eye nanum na wo dwa no wo titi nanum eye nanum na wo titi nti jano because ono awoni say Muhammad the Quran be
but so uko share yes exactly in this uko share history mu pa 1st century BCE we almost 700 years earlier before Muhammad. So Greek Roman writer bi ochro about Maka for na anasa Arab for no na omusum abubo. They worship stones. So they worship stones. Ena omusi titi no before answer na Muhammad beba kurampu no sa wuko Arab for no omutimi chiro sa busum ne dino alla 3 daughters nyina like wuko omutimi chiro edugo ho inti people knew about all these things Quran and Muhammad iba so some Christian text bia it predated Islam. Some books in Nina na churo about omu abusun so no ansana Muhammad iba. Inti stories ni anka Islam bayo anka Islam mbo anka yabati. We will hear them. We nyina ya no mu ye dedi sa gbagagasa. Ubi so mu question ba ko pe no omu di when answer eda kwa from Burkina Faso akwa free wali New York simple questions na omu di ni nyina ekwa kofa bi So topic where we sakofa, we a very good topic, a very good, very nice topic. This is the chance, with Muslims, they will take advantage of it. Be honest and teach people. Yeah. But saya so we jumpa, I mean, Mr. Me jumpa, I mean, tiasia.
Ibrak,
Ufa mo, hey, no, baba.
Ibrak, wuna when you
Yeah.
are rejected 72 ma ya de kwa koma we.
The virgin.
Kotia
Virgin,
enyo da
share.
wona wa rejected.
Enyo
Obi ti
go.
say ambassador. Obi ti say ambassador. Ope 23 many tire from fancy so. Nini ye be man no wuntaya. On sesa obe on 72 virgin obe kwa akwaje.
I don't know what to check. A child promise,
Sakofa, sa first Muslim na ufa no, Isaka. Ye nyina na ye nyini free ma bi o. Yetina Greece. Minami of Greece and sana obae kura ye na ye gino. But onimi on kai but mi kai ni pa ena onya chance bi ko America because we share woman bi na woman ya lesbian. Na ena na omuchata na otimi convince woman no. Ena oh ya mi ya pasa okoye. Ya unse kura na mi charo na mi kachir sa minimro Greece na ni ho like na wa ye shock fa. Ya mi see sa dede omu ye nyina ye bi o ye bi pop ya bi pe sa kofa ya bi pe intina ya satam so ya mi ka sa na
Ambassador di
nkofo
ne company wia.
na se ya na omu ti se mi furi ni ma no ya
Ibrak,
na like ayo omu pa how did you get out from this yeah okay
Yeah, but my man,
yeah me that see
our
yeah
boss.
intia ya so omu ti na
Why?
yeah okay with the fire fire
Let us
yeah fire
The
with
boy
the
about
fire
to Juma away. See, made a mammy bear 1 minute in the call. Islam or some no. Any basis biao, and then they have something called secular reasoning. Ubebusa Muslims say, I didn't know Muhammad di Obeka say because he is mentioned in the Quran, and I say, oh no, the Quran by no Busana said, I didn't know many Quran in the or said because prophet and then the Quran by inti Oba Kwan sa outside Quran no. Allah is nothing. Allah Quran ni munkwa no timi brage no aye ne mensem ana me ye Allah ana me so ana me ye wei oni hu aya mo se ana maka no chese bibi o beka atro nko a no Islam on no kure ba kokura anim atro nko a na me de me ba me ma me di akiniye esoma eye na esoma enye me de minim ne se Ghana we should say no to Islam ye nyina ewa nyina omomfre Islamophobe omomfa nkwase adin bia mfre but then we should say no to Islam the Islam the countries bi no say the bagana sankrofo omunya 30% impo I stand to be corrected
Japan kura masa te pomo sankofa so ate.
the 30% omuduru 40% say best start here free enough
China kurate ni when the mocks into toilet any restaurant yeah they are turning them
I
out
say anya grow like did the girl kwasi ampanyin bi free northern Nigeria ba Ghana say oba Ghana na den trenka for ba no emma ni di ida like omun show mo ho te say sa nkwasi antare na den tra no amehu se nkamofo ma e Ghana e chesa
Amo dress it is Arab before.
exactly
Arab dressing.
ana make us kwasia wo ti northern Nigeria kwasi asem nko na mudie wo de South Sudan tantan ne beba Ghana am ya ba be extremists na obi na mabontere kura no nse hijab na makoche na bo no because obi nse hijab nkwasi amara nko a o nkwasi asem nko a and I started tamalo no baby o ma start di nkwasi asem no wo ho nti e begina bia yem fire Islam yen kasanti anasunwe nya suma e di nipa konkwa diem e yen kwasi asom chalo bi nto aso
Onye ba ya dase gina hwa
Mama so
nana kasa wo se kanya baba enso de nana kasa
Sankofa. Onso ma ye din ya omo kasa. Wo de duru me so akon no na o tena me ne just ye
but topic or aya mun ka say topic or
topic na ye di ne pra ye ni hu nkomo nana me pa cha kasa na ye nkonya ba so wa
yo munyina mo akasa na asema mi bisa pa ni se esuma ye nyina yesum ni nyina no hwe Ghana mfaso be ne ye nya wo
ebia me deɛ me sankɔfa tumi ne deɛ mɛtumi aka ne sɛ
Mimi to be the mfaso bi ani so.
okay feedback tumi tie me
D Black aka ne deɛ munya abotre.
tie me tumi ne deɛ mɛtumi aka sɛ ɛfa baabi no ɛsom ne bi de mfasoɔ brɛ yɛn
Ebi ni
because
deɛ wɔ he.
okay ebi ti sɛ wohwɛ ɔpamboɔ ebenezade akɔ yi adɔmɔ aside sɛ me minim sɛ asɔfoɔ ne bɔ koro no ada akɔ yi adɔm ɔno nko wɔ no estate ɛwɔ yɛ friends ahenema kɔkɔbe a wɔsiesie hɔ ama aboa ama saa area hɔ ayɛ fɛ okay so ɛno no metumi aka sɛ ɛyɛ mfasoɔ ni bi ɛna ɔmo no reverend ɔbɔfoɔ no obi no mpo de tie no
obi kyɛ na dwen
obi no mema dwene no obi
no kyɛ na dwen
na de ade no wɔn nyinaa no nya sika a wɔn de sisi afie wɔn de tɔtɔ car ɛboa ma kuro no ɛboa ma emu yɛ fɛ ti yɛbɛka ne sa ebi amfaso a mehu ne sɛ ɛwɔ soɔ no asa datere deɛ ɛmfasoɔ biara deɛ me sankɔfa me hunu bi
Unim, me kind book be that was my friend said a year ago. That was the hidden truths of Quran. In a sense, Quran is a one language. If you don't learn, you will not understand the context of the Quran. Me boy.
Ebinom na kasa.
And a very dicey.
Ebinom na kasa.
Share.
Sako metima yi na no akakra wa metima yi na no akakra. Ya mi bocho unse Quran akasa no ya unse Quran akasa no eda osom. Hwesa usua sen kura untia se the reason was amikale sa no. One verse da ho na sta wo kan a Hamadia ni beba be kache se debi entisa chief imam ya chief imam yi obe kache se verse say na ti na sunna for so omo chief imam ho sa chief imam a mo hwe no another chief imam so bi ho ali so jama for omo so omo chief imam ho on so beba be kache se debi entisa me tie chief imam no share for so beba
okay tienu share. Quran was invented of continuation report in the sense that anybody who become a leader of the Islam can continue. Bible is a word of explanation. If I am able to explain it in my own words, I can convince you. What you say? Quran ye book ni obedi enima obe conquer the whole mindset of the Islam Otimi di ono na adwini eye den eye mra ma Quran. That is how the Islam is. And that is why it is offense to them say you will translate the Quran to different language. Ebani sana, you are understanding or you are picking what? Or you are trying to break the index code of the Quran. What me as here? Okay. Share. I am the pa say Ghana is exceptional from all the religion countries. Only Ghana pen na ube ho say Kremoni any Christian. Apart from that, we recognize ourselves say yeah Ghana for what he has here. That is one thing I like about ourselves. Because on this platform, we are speaking about religion. You can see the Christian religion, you can see the Muslim religion. But at the end of the argument, we are all one people. We are all one people, right? That's why when you say, yeah, Bob Ball, waha, ye didi waha, Sunday, na we are koha, Friday, na we are ninamha. But the thing is, yeah, yehunintem. What me as here? Yehunintem in a sense, in didi yemu, anka didi yemu anka Ghana besa Nigeria. What you say? Because Korean was invented in a sense, they pick the strongest tribe, pollute their mind, and they push them. What you say? Yes. Share. Nobody
I can't 1
can.
minute.
Yo, Miss Remo. Hey, na there be Mama Danfo. Men yes, I men catch him so come 1 minute.
My
I'm not
mouth.
for kasa.
On say one no dia me kasa no. We can na we aka ba ko phone kasa maninsi. But wo die dia say obi ata me cool etie ne wo kan no. Ade no
Say
so
it that your friend na no into na kasa.
Enti my mouth o dia my mouth 2 minutes. Why?
Yo. Enti I am the pa say this is my first time contributing to your program. I've been listening to you more often. And sometimes I'm miss Reni idea through the contribution. You know, Christian and things. But the thing they say, let's go to the root of every religion that we are following today. What you say? Say mini war your platform in. If we don't go to the root, they will lost. You understand me? Say Christian no, say then you share a chroma mi wa high, Germany mi wa high. Masalachi is turning to supermarket because they have a system here. If you don't bring business, your religion has no place to stay. So you bring 10 business, then you have 1 mosque. What you say? How many mosques do we have in Ghana? How many?
A dozen.
But how many businesses and the Arab for Iowa Ghana? How many?
The Abia on back country.
Abia. What you say? Share Miss Remo. It's like a program to control the masses with one voice. That is Quran. That is Islam. But I am the pastor, young Islamic people they begin to question the Quran, the contradiction in the Quran, the contradiction in the Bible. Some of the youth can face their pastors in church and ask them questions, say, because researches, researches, papa. What we say, my program na no. So we kasa na we akoye research no abekoti. We kasa na we akoye research no abekoti. We are discussing and learning and researching at the same time. Fekwa. What do you say? That is my only contribution. Me that was it.
Yeah, that's nana. We are nana ampa because o kasa na say baby ye din obi ete na so tie dia wo kan. Yeah, that's it. Nyaba. Grandpa.
Yes.
Wo bebe mo na.
Me cheche obi a. Me kaka krem na shake abem. Me am shake abem. We dey say me dey. Ye control system no. Me na me person na kan person me say question, but question Muslim be any. Me person me be ambassador. Me be ambassador pe asamba ba. 1+1 is obey no 2 no obey no long or the befa calculus is here on hwe because na person who say that the word and a sentence say daughters of Allah no e wo Quran mo ana na o ka say wom right.
Yeah, should I say 67?
Inti eba ne say no mo ka chen say
gospel wa yabe mo akasa wa yehu why yabe mo akasa
Nyankopon no ntimi ma yenya ontimi nyaba na onyaba
mama yina no grandpa mama yina no verse no verse okay verse ni say if Allah owned Allah okay yeah verse ni say Allah only girlfriend inti ultimi wu oba bema but when it osi bema oba bema on can say mba de ebia obetimi like obetimi e dia war angels ni bi now wa wo mo sa 3 daughters no but bema no osi only girlfriend verse no a girlfriend no enya yere. So almost translating in fair a girlfriend. Yeah.
Enya yere won.
Pibra, what make it point oh?
What's your engines in
Grandpa, asama Pibra too can wa make it point oh. Was say I say Allah any yere better than when your babema. A better than when your babema. Only yere better than when your
babema. Na say ye the biological betime nya baba but on timi nya bema.
But on to nya babema. So omo can say so o can kai sura 53 na was say adentina womo attribute to a mama dia mano adentina womo no amano e ma no womo na fa mema womo yesa eye unfair division so Allah no ye obia na they always they always know e mano e ma womo ye womo ma na ma woyem womo ye ma na womo afa ma mema no so I say Allah will need partner and what anya babema that is son. How can he have a son?
A girlfriend, Allah only girlfriend.
Wait, no matter. Echena, wait, me pass book of details. Echena septic. Septic. Why are there? Echena. Yenya main topic. We are going to details. Pa ye. Unse as in the topic no. You going to details. Say. I'm in trouble too because see who say a ban say no car say a babe madi untiminya ne mane because statement you know how the statement was made one can say ebi untiminya nkwala I can't have a child only a different and I can't have children only a different or say I cannot have a son nature my septic o can nature a honor a mudo nti say no daughters and nature say daughters of Allah nature Allah woma mama I'll come in chilum. What do you mean kasa bebre? Shake wa ha.
Shake. God's power brem. God is power.
God is power brem mama and I shake. Okay, God is power. Oh yeah, so.
Mo amen kansa mo nkyere mo ho. Yesua de nti ya na yehia mu sei na ye contribute a ya moma mesere mo. Mama ye nyina ya adwene ko because point na people to are making no makan Quran na kan ya no but madwene ntwen ko ho sao because
ntina me base a question no
one can say what can one can say how can I have children that was say how can I have a son nature say babe ma die oni so if they are considering a lot amount and a lot Almat and Aluza to her as a daughter were accepted, but any one say Surah 53 no ekansi so say divisions na wo mo ye na unfair.
Yeah, try to on see beka ho asem. Beka ho asem. God is power so na me koso adem kakra.
Sa ensem we nyina no me say yenuano no China yidi sa wo mkra still meto to papa so omefa we say means be aso mekira say o say eso ankasa no wuremu ana edidu mu ana kudu setting level bia de wo ye de akire wo no ne ade no nya wadwe so besua bia obeti bia because who say no kra ye busisam ma ti say be nuan me Christopher say bibiri na ya na me no mo nya adwe say aside Bible no fine be no mo the Bible na first no na history cramp they don't care Bible no so na ye wonu nsam bi wo wa untumi fa Bible ni ya no I say ko history abakwasam from Israel no ne ade na ne ada and some ade abebake ba na ko say Bible no kwa ntino na nimidia no wa form because Bible no anso na nipa na gina so di bisa questions ne ade no wo anso ya no no so no abakwasam correct da ho pa saa na yenu anom kemofo yaye intime mi wo ho enyoma bebre wa meti every common sense for her meti free conform munye Christo for her even in Christianism na mpo no omo questions are me fan say me Christo ni ntino chinchina eno a de minim ti ma bo kwai ti o require research even about yes ni din Jesus no e ho be ye debate bebre me na mfa asofo binum e beba e kire ye kohyia e yesu ade ko ye bebre mi aka secret me research woni dem ye me ko back to Israel no free ho ba ye din be na ne ye de frɛ no e den ne sesa ye ko nso me ye Kristo ni ye sofo amekasa kire nkofo nso me go back ko sua ye bisa mpanimfo bi omoto kwa akọ Israel ho akọ visit akọ hwehwe say no mom ko he na ye fake say ye fake at least omani ko hu books bi ni no bi so bisa wo questions wo so boa me ma mi chechem bebre ba kwa say nyanum kramofo no wo mo no eni nyanum Christopher the same thing but the me can say wo mo no wo nyɛ sɛ wo pɛsɛ wo sua wo susu sɛ wo yɛn yɛ wɔ he ne yɛn te Quran ase nto mo bɛ kyerɛ yɛ ase nyɛ so mo ne yɛ sua deɛ ama yɛn hunu sɛ no nukura bi ni baabi nti no yɛn pɛ akyiri kwan yo David ɔmo no ba 1,000 times ɔmo ba 1,000 times na me adeɛ ba kɔ yɛ me den sɛ obi a wayɛ na adwin so owura mu abira ɔmpɛ ɔnhwehwɛ ho hwee no kɔfɔ yɛ research both Christianity and Muslim Islam ni nyinara nkofo ye research kofo sua de papa I'm telling you into obi ka said ya wo ye no ensesa hwe a the person is lying is doing a lot because nkofo be sua de
oh me de me amena wo ka said de minim ba bia mas minim de message ne ye because minim omo frɛ me every day bia no I get new people asking for my number. Odo number be many pano on ne be kasa no. Jack, we are convincing me. Me a Muslim, so we are convincing me. I said, unsem bino. Oh no. So we know what me no. Yana, I don't like bringing videos, messages, audios, messages outside.
No, what the bad you
They will even tell you, say, only Christ will be na ashisha. So me, I keep it myself. Let them say whatever they want.
Sankofa mincha wano kurampu. Sankofa mincha wano. Ya wahana nkremofobi bri fresa omobebu. Sisi akura yenyina na ewo group ba kuma. Omuza akase tia Chris nkremosum. So ya wahana omufre ya omobebu ombedebe. But echiri ya watu ma conviction mwana yenyina yesi group ba kuma. Omuza akase kura tia Islam bi.
Wahu tuntuma ho brasieni 2015 2016 mu hon wone me pa Facebook wabra so say ankomodidiem say ya me busa ne question wano kura de twe ma adwin sisu wo group nim wase me one question bia me bisa na pem no wotena se dwene question na ho sa wokotena se ho no wokotena sha se wo hwehwe se wo betimi anya me answer de bra me wo ya wo anya wo hu sa asam na me busa no nsu na mu do ene question ba ko pedem busan atwena tena se nkrebo so no kora woni akire bio hwe
bebele jayo minimai bi ne yire wo mo former soli ye niago o mo jai o mo so nko Christian o mo so o mo nko Muslim ni bio o mo te o mo so mo usua de to know how to worship the true God no
nyaba em say amanfo otwe wo pa ye tretre wase wonti nyaba pa to
ya ncham de ma no be sikra mo abam sisi intini se na make kan bebre na ejai bebre na me wofa no mo a wo mo di team because me background no me mother side nyina ya media for ye umi tu mu me ye kakra duru ba bi na me jaye me father side na ndi omo ye mu nyina ye Christians enti no omo no minnim me se enne me wofa no bebre bi omo di te wo mani ase ne ade December no me call mo ho ne ade wotietie omo komodie na nsem omo no kaka na ebinim kura me na omo kasa me se omo abre bebre ni jai me si ebinom omo ahyase ejai ena omo nso no omo jai no ebi kora Christian mu ebi nso on kora Christian mu ono nso onya salani bio ena wote ne ba bidi ena wodwen na ho enti no so omo kasa adesua na enya hwe omo boa eye bibi yenko deep nsua de me wofa no me bi some questions from Quran no mo atumi anyima no da wonim say because of me bie abusuafo ni bie ni mrantie na omwo abusua no ani ama yedin yesua osum no a yawo yatum no ade mpomu ofa no moyene ya aka na omopemani mahwe me kwaye nsam bebre enne na aso mo ne ma ye fine kakra because ansam na che into omo no wo the video be gina bonten kra kan sa nkofo no wo metan wo mo into no anya secret na enwoma nsesa saa
Oh,
me dance
me mfa obia debi. And any 3 days kura, any 3 days here. Ba ko ba me back door. Was say wa share me videos now from Facebook. Utimu se wodi mechi ache. And any 3 days o ka tell him say sankofa. Nukure ni nyame animu ni. Me ye Muslim. Me di watch from Facebook. Obo me dina na me di wo Facebook che me na mka say no kore wodi mechi ache ampa. O ka tell him say sankofa. Enne ya me na wo ka say no. Sankofa me ma fa me ho adwene o. Me da so tenkramofo nim. Me pe baabi atu se si every nkramofo no makope baabi atena. Ne mayi me ho opie. Na me nso ma sha ase se makasa. Me wo omumu ne de. Se mka se me yi me ho opie ametumi anya problem. And then 3 days ni pare ma me message. Boy ya oba so a obema me this topic no. Woye a Muslim wa ware ya ne yire ne manyina ye Muslim because of me. Enti wo say wone ne yire kasa se wo ma ne yire ne manya enko enya makaranta ko. Me se money bete na me sankofa me gumu somo no. That me kunu slow by sure. Slowly money bete ni me kunu. Mo de amon fa me ni agro. Nya ba mpacha obrem. Nyaba.
Sankofa ye be boa wa mana ye be boa ma like what go so many pa. I can't wait for this day.
hey ampo omo wo man mu a omo ti wo man so muntumi nya hwe mo gro ho omo de ntokwa be ba de omo kreti wa mama yi mu no ko ma sampe say wo ba
Ye jo so ba
Yo, mwaka sabe brenya kupo insha Allah na medinkan no medikan yenu abema bibisa se somni nyina de ben na ye magana na o chereche na mani bi okay se ye hwe asofo no even though kra say me Kristo ni ba me ni asofo ni ndi but at least so mo jeje nkrofo sika kra na still na ye hwe asofo ni bi te say Pastor Elvis we bie companies a wafa nkrofo gumu a mo ye adwuma so ati ase si ye hwe obofo no bi say no mo omo bie companies a nkrofo ye adwuma wo ye mfo omo kra ntonche ne ye hwe tete asore no ebi te say Roman ebi te say Presby ebi te say Methodist Apostolic omo bie hospitals ye bie schools ukọ akura bia se a wenya Roman Catholic school wo ho no ubenya Methodist wenya Methodist ubenya Presby nti at least se asomni nyina anya kura na wonti se Kristo ni afa Bible akuta se ye se meba wajai Kristo som nti yenkonkoku no nti ye kwa koku no anase ye de na totankru ye bema abrabo na ye hard amano to the extent say ono anka so obenu ne ho so oba wiase unhu saade ni bi enti no se ye compare asum we mi no a nanse ya ncha ye kra Pentecost focus prison edeka prison so ema omuyi nkrofo ni bi de kohon because it was choked to the extent say nkrofo because of prisons na ye mabro so
esikano
so
oba we de me na wanya adene uye nyame somuni na wanya skadi akogu adi akosi prison da say yentete nkrofo nkoguma ale na wonfa sikano enko be prisoners no na wonfo omo metena sim preach wo na wunya odebi mo
omo bibio
na wo sa akosi prison da na be mo say emfa wo mu nkogun
tio omo yibi but oya dan a obi wo hono mu a emfa ho ne se die sitie store na bone ndi obedi
eni ya munya mu omu nchoku na mu first can build the factories bi ma ema Pentecost for ni nya adwuma
obi nso ho tio obi nso ho no mu a prison ho no na okwasa san o se unim sa de
ebi sesan wo de
yankofo ni bi ho no mu a ebi num kosesan wo ho
that who ko da prison na wo to wo hin hai o wo to wo koto wo hin ha wo tumenya ba bi da ma wo to kama ye be sa mu oduane anse didi ene se da bi abekọ akoda prison be sa wo ko che na wo kire ye miemia wo da wo fa akon sa ama wo fa akon jojo a wo ba wo nkoye sa de ne bi
Sankofa sometimes enyo mo mu ko prison nyina nso so na
Mechiatia
agent obi
mechiatia
oho no
obia
mu
o
a
macha
oni
wa ha
sika
mumma min
70
kasa kakra.
Yeah,
me
say.
ba me pacho mache o
Wodi nyaba na akasa pe achepa nti manyaba no nsi na ye ma won so
enti
mremo.
no
Okay,
o de
okay.
ma me mfa ho no mu nsi ho de by the way just by the way na me nko ne topic no so na wo ka omunyame ne mma miensen na ambassador esre wo say ukonya no wo hefa eya monka ihu se mu books na dose nti baabi a me mmekọ branch a me mmekọ akọ hu bibi no ebi a na wo nyankọ sa side ho nti ya mensre ye research ansa no aba abesre sankofa because say sankofa no ye shake eniama a o kire no ebi ho no mu a monkramofo no kura munim ne ho no na mo bete ansa no akọ hwehwe se no kura na san anasa enye no kure enti no oye shake kese pa time a saa ema yi miensen obeka omo ho asem na okokoto sori omo no omo hya ase so omo sere no se enye nipa so masi na obehyehe abosom se onyankopon se we boni na enne oba abekoto asori saa enkrofo miense ya na ono ase emfiri nyame ti omo hya ase so omo besere no ti no ohu ne onye so omo ohonom dia ene ede bia ebesere ye nti ene ede na meye nti osoma aye se omo nko no omo nkonkokum ema miensen mempese mebodi ema miensen omo nko no omo nkokum omo nti omo nam kwan so omo ko no ena ma miensen nso so omo ma wa hu se akofuo bi ba because omo nim nti omo di mirika koka kire omo madamfo no se akofuo bi ba ha o omo hya ase se omo besesa anwegu omo ho obra omo chante na omo sesa anwegu omo chante na omo sesa anwegu omo ho nti akofuo no bebeduru honom na omo suro so omo de omo nsa beka omo because na omo ho omo so omo ye powerful nti omo san dane omo ani bae beka kire omo komsheni ne so omo koye na omo anhu omo o enipa miense ya mo si ye nkonkoku omo ye hu omo komsheni ne ka cho omo se mo nsa nkonkohwe omo na munku omo na muncha omo timfa mereme eno omo koye nti the second time na omo koye no omo koye na omo koku omo na omo cha omo ti ede brand no se mo ayade mo apiafo nti ehonom na sere no eba afom kakra because senkrofo miensa no wo honom a ena ombenya eho de asere omo se ohun nipa na obekai na wasere ba yaku nipa ne de a ehonom na obeka kire omo se obonsam ne to service ne de to nanu enunti no if you have a problem with sankofa nyehwe mu books no ode aba abekirem if you have a problem omo a mo prophet ni wu ya omo betro sa de no to ho se ye nsu ye ma mehu ni ensua ni ensu ye mfa me bi nkrofo ani no omo na mo nkohwe omo na mo nkɔhye omo na afi no omo ka ebuo tuntum ya se me ne omo nyankopon no to me there I don't believe so omo nyankopon no exist because also oni spirit and ade bia spirit nim bia no ade a awu
Oba menka wanu omo ankasa no ala na kura no omo nim adekoro omo nim adekoro awo Muhammad ne bere omo se omo nsom omo say Allah cannot be compared with anything. Can anything exist? Nothing. Allah is nothing. But Allah cannot compare with Allah cannot be compared with anything. So Allah nothing. Say Allah nothing. Yeah, can nothing exist? No. But you know,
Sankofa menche wanu so omusa sori so na omu se ala o wonsa o omu se awolo
Allah
wonsa owoni
What we need, what
Yes.
nine.
Ena
Allow
osati
Nensa no nso so kra
ya ena
two
yes
ni na
ena
right side.
osati throne so inti oti throne so no e pa kire say Allah woto because ubet na throne so there just woto ebia o ya hwe omo hadisi bi kura he hwe sa wusum Allah pa hwe Allah be ma wo will be castle be ewo in heaven no na castle no ehye Allah throne ase nti sa wusoro na pana sa wo hwe surupe na wo hwe Allah to yes omo hadisi bi sa yeah
na me
upeje otise wo be hwe Allah to
Mr. Skeptic ubedia di say ye kọ ye hu ye tum ya na yesu say na wo mo kire ye say even Kaaba no kra na wo Nyankopon ahingwa no bibia Nyankopon tan Kaaba no wo Nyankopon anim pe it bibia Nyankopon ahenni ni wo no otu na ni hwefo ma Kaaba
no wo soro ho
ni nyina na ye ntro
yes omusi back wo na de wo soro no eni de wo form no wo pepepepe Islam de chale
yeah but what na yeah ma shaking so mem
okay sa ebo tuntum no kra no omo kire say de nti ama na ye tuntum no is because of say omo boni nti e na omo asuso mu ama na ye tuntum e da na bra na say omo apenti meaning he knows nothing about his own religion no
onim
but no gina ha no ano den or say omo books na say na e fita ti se sukyerema but nkrofo sha ase say omo kọ hu ekọ mpae de omo boni ekọ no ekọ mpae wo honom no entina ebo na yetuntum na atemuda no ebo no benya ani na enya ano na enya aso na baba bigina ho a witness ama omo a omo bae omo beso omo nyina nti the moment a obekọ honom a odo nsa besom no oboni a wadi nyina ye de bechew na afi nso so boni bi a obedi bi asa oka shahada no 100 times a ye de bechew nti se opa eno ani se obedi boni no aka shahada na asa so afi me de masem obawie tententen ambassador Ibrahim am freo 3 times udi goben udi goben na oba ha sei ni ebusa question now the nam ayi your friend is saying Mauritania
sorry who did say
your friend human being
na nyaba
your friend human being
what nyaba
yes
who did nyaba
ai
na se chere say
are who permit na se chere de ayede
da bi na
what they call go bana
nyaba di wo ko
mi ko di to shikafa nyaba
take me na me yesa obese
nyaba
yes
okay sure unkoma nyaba mikrom kasa mu se usi nya mami no nyaba
sure
hello
you bisa question now
okay
go straight
namu nsema muti ho mu come to say concert party. I don't understand you guys. I don't get you guys.
What is concert party?
I don't get you guys.
If we are behaving like concert party, it is your book, so
I don't get you.
If you are insulting, you are insulting your books.
Munja Islam.
Munja say wo hwehwe concert party they say we dey Islam.
Munja
another adua okobo ejamwa sakofasa wa kai sa ewe na hadith no o si na only na ko se adu tutu abubo
e de ejamwa
skeptic
okay mu base na munja
ejamwa
ambassador obisi wallahi
okay manya
declare jihad on you pay Minim so yankramuni o sensu di agro.
Who's it there?
You can't threaten anyone here, what? You
Oh,
can't.
Why me?
yeah, no, be a do dia, bro. If you were
Debbie,
a
learn about life coach who said dear Betty.
yeah, me patch
Why?
out,
Na
me pam chow,
Sankofa.
nyamba, besero, but was a minute tough. Now, yama, or more cannon from Casablanca.
Okay, mama mama asem no tofa. Mama mama asem no tofa.
Hey Allah,
Enti no
hey Allah.
sometimes say
Sankofa.
sankofa ba say na so babe or the we know say mono mon ka no correct because anam books no ka kire mo. Say you shouldn't speak the truth. You should lie. But say nipa na de quotation ne ba beto ho no mo a. Dia munkom sheni no ka to ho no eno no. Enti no the moment a mo be reject say enye no kore ananse mo be ba aba be make it fun no.
Hey Allah.
You are not proving your point. You are telling other people that you are ashamed of what you believe.
Oh
Because
God,
me
forgive them
so
for they don't know what they are talking about.
anything in the Bible, I will
Allah
boldly
forgive them.
say
Allah
yes,
forgive them
that
for they
is
don't know
what
what they
you
are talking
believe.
about.
Me pacho unyankopon no exist nti ontumi mfa nche obia.
Allah forgive
Ontumi
them
mfa
for they
nche
don't know
obia.
what they are talking about.
Cry for
Forgive them.
yourself.
They are my people. They are my country people. Please, Allah
Share
forgive them. They don't know what they are talking. Allah and
munyankopon
guide
no
them for me. Guide
ewo
them for me.
emma
Nyami,
miensa.
nyami, Miss Nyami,
Emma
and Friday night. Miss Nyami say,
ambassador
Makuma.
Milton
Yeah,
Eh?
Obi kasa o de wo.
into Alan on who say, into una obeka chira Alan, na
Yeah,
ano ono no
Minim
oye,
minim say
of
who
learn
course.
Alan
about
oye
life
Stevie
say
Wonder
obi
na, on who
abroad there
ana,
now they
on
are
who say
checking.
ye Yohana ye kasan, one obeka chira na sana wakase.
Miss
Na,
say,
na de,
Say
sa
eh
ha,
no kura nso.
na usa
Mama
ha,
yanko shake so why na yama
I because
obo
ambassador
nsume
mama nka
oye
ma
Stevie
say
Wonder.
bibi.
Who say say?
We shake so.
shake me pa cho mute o nyamba o mu wi ana yama wo de wa no asi why na ambassador o ma on kasa shake me pa cho brem
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
wara barakatu
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته والسلام على من اتبع الهدى.
كيف حالكم أمباسادور؟
الحمد لله على كل حال وكيف أنت؟
شكرا الحمد
وعليكم
لله.
السلام أنا بخير.
مرحبا مرحبا.
أوكي
شكرا
أوكي
لك.
أوكي
أكوابا ويزو
أوكي
سندزوا
أوكي. سنوكا دي
غابته
سنوكا دي ناجي
تو
نابودي.
سنو
أوتيمي
سنو
أو
سنو سانكوفا.
سانكوفا بيباتشو إنه تيزدي أنا فرايدي.
ene Thursday
So I say wasa twantro say na Friday night. Yem fa no nto nche. Ambassador, woni mo a wo ba ha o. Wono so wan hwe ni ya. Se jahannam o ho pa de wo de wo be ko ase pa min dada. Because wo ba ha instead of say wo be that one. Wo ba ha na wo ye comedy. Na wo ye comedy wuzuzu na nka say wotumi ba ha na be ye dawa na ye very very serious na Allah ntumi bless you ba wo ba ha no gobe any to zafi asem kwa na ha o so nti misra wo pa ye serious ye very very serious wo ba ha brana be answer question na preaching Islam na mama amanfo eti Islam asi na gobe any to zafi any face the wall ni na wow emma wa janna intimidate advice I made be ma no ma me nko topic no so talk with topic ni say so sankofa wo de ma me samba ambassador assembly a okay last one na me to aso ambassador say yenjai Quran no ma wo ba say wo Quran no so a Allah say would they ponder in the book ponder in the book ask questions Alan kasa o see yen hwehwe book no yen bie mu na yen person na yen bisa questions na yen ti ase so how ni ameche enti wuntumi mba ha yen be ka kire nse yen forget Quran no yen forget ene yen forget ochina till kiyauma so how ni ameche no okay we dey ma me nko topic no so sankofa wo see yen kire emfaso a esum we na dey abre so how Christo sum
shake ɛno kora
Now.
deɛ obi na busa saa question no ɛnyɛ no mpo ne topic no ɛna yɛ kasa fa
Okay.
Hubaal ne Allah ɛho ɛna yɛpɛ the meaning of Yasin no kora no premoni bi ntimi ametra aseɛ
Okay.
Yasin
Okay.
wo check ɛkyerɛ sɛ oh the sin god no that is Hubaal enti ɛyɛ ɔmo dedicate saa aya no dem that Hubaal no and that Hubaal also was the Lord of the Kaaba. Allah is also the Lord of the Kaaba. Hubaal was having 3 daughters. Allah is also having 3 daughters. So Allah no is the same Hubaal no ana abosom no som no na Muhammad bae. Wasade be ma wo name wo bae wo be edini Hubaal ni firi so no wo ma ni nyame nko a. Oh.
Okay. So I said about Kanu there and one no. So I say Hubaal no any Yasin Nina at the same date. At the same date. Just by Kasano and Omad adoptim. So what must say? Kasano keke and Omad adoptim, but at the same date. Inti any day no one our Kano. Obia no about me date. Allah no lano Arabic. So on. And a Hubaal no so any Yasin Mesopotamia language. Inti the same thing na waka no obi ano obetume di echinji afa. And I fairness and la so no just say na waka no or 3 daughters. Alat, Almanat, any Al Uzza. And that make a try fairness ambassador say ambassador uba ha bibu ho na say wonni ma kaseminim obi a be respect you. But say uba ha and I say upe reference and wa bisa reference na man for the reference abreu na ina yakwe de na yakwe research na there are 2 screens no obi a there obi a ready wo contribution bi na wo dey account ba uba ha na wo beka go be asem any tools afia asem dia e say emboa obi a intimidate advice am dey be ma on you very very steady you very very careful yes sir jahannama no there wo be kwa ase papa min dada intimidate ma asem no
Sheikh.
Ambassador Benia Brio.
Sheikh.
Okay, 72.
Sheikh, yeah, Sheikh, hypocrite. Sheikh, hypocrite. Sheikh, hypocrite.
I didn't know from a hypocrite.
Me see enemachi wa how.
Uye munafiki pa, uye munafiki. Minim baby awujina. Hear me. Uye munafiki.
Oh yeah,
uye munafiki.
Na yen kasada.
Uni munafiki.
Uni munafiki. Ubaya na uka Arabic. Unse sana vimbia odi show. But no money.
Debi.
Vima odi la komedi show. Anka odi krum kasa na udi baya. Anka mu fiu. Assembly.
Debi tear me. Sem ma jinusu because it's a tear me. Me jinusu based on tear me. Me jinusu based on the terminology or issue or see inshra nyamishra and kayahu. So I have to respond.
Me say la.
You understand?
Me say la nshira enka o manka se nyame.
Nabi usi assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Me say
may the peace.
Me say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa rahmatullah. Nyamishra ni any
me say bosom la nshira enka enso sana me.
Sheikh aya sana mutio obi kasa omunti de nipa ni kanu. They don't pay attention to listen.
Se sana ukaya di.
Ene kura o se sana ukaya di. O se ejina ukwazu. Ebi se wakai bubura. Utako bubura o ambassador.
Anyway, nyaba.
I didn't see me a hypocrite.
Camel urino.
Kaba ambassador. Mesa kache ni munafuki ni.
Camel Johnson. Aya omunu munafuki. Unse wini Camel Johnson.
Kasa kamara
kaji naima rasuwa da Allah.
Nace kasan kamar rasuwa haramu ne. Kasan rasuwa haramu.
Ambassador muda
kasani. Ambassador. Innal munafiquna fi darkil asfali minan nar.
Aha. Asikyerɛ sɛ
Munafikai
muzabzabina fil ard la ilaha
oh come
ulai
on ala
ba
bi ma
kana
kuwa
ga
kumi
ba kana
muir
to
dabe na asa
kai bulala ga yafi na kowa kai
una woni made kun
ga
tawo di service no ba
oh come on mudu ka musa wujin da
wu
shake
sena
kiki
tiemi
kele baka
wu
san shake
sena
ba
wu
mu
sitiano
san shake mu musa wujin na
sanko
shake
fa prapo
kiki
echeyo serious
ade mati so e
because
chem
who you hypocrite uboha na uboha atwabie wu ya atwabie
na sha Allah na ye
this
misana
shake bo one side
tama
ambassador
yebokos
samakuri baka san
mutie
shake
tama
ba
yebokos
shake wo
mutie
kan
mi
ex
mutie mi
muslim
tama
mudu ka
tama
musa shi
yebokos
kele baka san shi ba kaji
ya shi
no
be
munafiki ni
Ada
no ni zaka mi
ada
direct ni
unso
munafiki ni
Besa kizakina
Shake.
wallahi kai munafiki ni
Shake Mr. Momo Yama Omo
ya wa man who shake
Omo
o
Mayama
kasim
Omo Kasana Ninya Oma
okay shek no kura on tiase
Why?
there be
Omo
me just because who person confuse amanfo
there be shek
Sankofa.
asikyerɛ sɛ shek sɛ obi si shek asikyerɛ sɛ
Pese me do ma ambassador na wotia ne kakra.
zukanchi na ma dadi o ambassador zukanchi na ma dadi
Sankofa.
wallahi ka sani kaji na rasa ma da Allah na ce kai munafiki ne
nagode
serious
Allah ya baka rahama
I am a Muslim and I'm
Yamin
proud
shirao ambassador Yamin Allah
I'm proud in Europe and I'll be proud when I come to Ghana.
Obi a wusi
Believe
a
me.
Muslim wuti kafiri kuro.
I'm proud in Europe and I'm not no listen, I'm not a coward in Europe.
I'm for Saudi Arabia. For Saudi Arabia.
Sankofa me da say.
For Saudi Arabia.
Dabi can move to Afghanistan. Abi kaji Afghanistan kawe.
Abuja for me cheche obi.
Afghanistan.
Sankofa me da say.
Mama Omo Fana no nti na minyamo na mo de bonto am nkomo so why?
Yo Sankofa me da say pa. Me da say pa some opportunity say me so menchire madwin. Me kremoni na me din pa de Muhammad Amin. Omo ni me other name.
Okay.
Me follow pa me ta join o FN say o life and I also me see sometimes go to your DM na my share videos kaka. Now the amazing thing is that I'm a Muslim. I'm a Muslim not because I was born in it, but because like I've come to learn and accept things that I believe that I want to go with. Now, the tell say we are say and you be a bit my Muslim and you be a bit my atheist and you be a Christian. Nti yesia ha I didn't train addition here can we question intellect. That's one thing I like about Sankofa. On person be catch and say ade ni no what dey no. You don't follow blindly. You question the intellect. Why is this way? Now Sankofa me say oh, I don't know me journey life. Now I was not picked, but I was down there and busa question be. But omoni man di you cry Sankofa. My question was harmless. It has no insult. Yes, omoni man di me for me Jimmy Kokwasi a foolish boy. Oh, now like I was very downcast because I didn't expect that because I know that this platform is for intellectuals. We question.
One is still a foolish boy. One is still a foolish boy. One in casa.
No, I've forgotten the person, but it was mentioned.
No,
you understand? So you Martin Sankofa. So now back to do justice to the question, Hubaal and Allah. Now this thing started long ago when Islamophobians started talking against Islam. And most of these people are people who have ever been Muslim before and they decided to leave the fold of Islam. So they do researches, per their understanding to talk about Islam. Now, your website to faithfreedom.org, we started comparative religion. Actually, in the year 2014, I'm starting comparative religion, where we start to question things. And me as a Muslim, because Sankofa, ube research, abeka say, the reason why, what I say. So it is a platform for us to all learn. Now, back to the topic, Hubaal and Allah. Now, this was what happened. Minim DNA, minim tuni, per my research and what I've been told. Before the Prophet or before Ibn Luhai,
the Arabian Peninsula, or let's say Mecca in particular, they were on the religion of Abraham, which was worshiping one God. But they were doing commerce, or they were trading. And you and I know that in history, we know that the Arabs were not so good with writing and reading. They were they were very slow at that. So this person called Ibn Luhai, he went to a place called Asham in those days, in modern day Iraq and this place, the place that there's war, trade. So over there, he encountered people worshiping idol. So he bought one of the idol, which was Hubaal. So people will cave it and they will put it and they'll be selling. So he bought Hubaal. And according to our teachings, we believe that, I'm saying we believe that it was Abraham and his son Ishmael that built the Kaaba. So when Ibn Luhai bought the god, the Hubaal god, he brought it into the Kaaba. So that was when the religion of Abraham started changing in the Mecca. So every household started having their own god. So at a long time, they forgot about the religion of Abraham. So the people started worshiping idols. Every household was having their idols. So that's why it spreaded. You understand? So when Muhammad came last week, and I said, "Timmy, join your life." Now, I think that time you were the only one talking. You said that if we Muslims think that the fight we fought the idol worshippers was self-defense, then it's a lie, because they were already worshipping their idols, and Muhammad came and he was insulting them. I think you can be sir. And you see, you like to caution intellect. It's a good thing. As someone who follows religion, you need to caution, why is this happening? You do not need to follow religion blindly. So when they started worshiping these idols and it became spread. So when Muhammad came, Muhammad did not start talking like against them. Now, before Muhammad even went to Hira, this whole prophethood started. Sankofa, you and I know that the true nature of a human being, every human being, is not what his followers say about him. If Sankofa, I'm your fan, and I stand where I say Sankofa is a good person, he has integrity, it can be a lie because I'm a follower of you. But what even your enemy, someone who does not like you, admit that, yes, I don't like Sankofa, but he has integrity, is the true definition of you. There was this person, he wasn't a Muslim. He wasn't a Muslim. So he went to trade. And a king has heard that Muhammad, there's someone who has come to Arabian Peninsula claiming that he's a prophet of God. And you people are from Mecca. Come here, I want to ask you about the person. What is his what? His lifestyle. The person said, I don't want to lie. Muhammad was a truthful person. Even people who walk far away come and give their items to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that keep it for me. They will go back and come years later and they will still have their item. Before prophethood. So they gave him, the politics, those who worship idols themselves, they gave him the name Al-Amin, the trustworthy. Before prophethood, before he started propagating Islam and everything. So Hubaal and Allah, they are not the same.
Okay, I'm saying, what kasa bebrebe na all kind of kasa emu de na opesa o chiri nyina say also sort of why research and history near the but the question I maybe say say, can you give us any evidence or any proof aside the Quran? Actually say Abraham and Ishmael is the one who built the Kaaba.
So open proof aside Islamic
Quran.
Aside Islamic point of view.
Yeah.
Okay, without any hadith or anything.
Hadith is also part of Islamic point of view. Ibi also.
Okay. No PDF. Yeah, mommy, 1 minute.
Okay, Martin. Sheikh.
Yo,
You Sankofa woman 1 minute man.
Sankofa metie o. O se se me hu se wa mo bibi.
Sankofa uda shadi.
Sankofa o se se.
Ya nan ka me mo akasa nso P Black 2 si wo am se wo kan so ni.
Okay, mo on kasa na me.
Sankofa u se omu shake two boys kakarawa with them on
P Black 2 esta mo bo.
Who say Sankofa omu kasa na omu si Mohammed na your friend no the trust why the deben na we share story na omo no mu kan o say abusu kura omo si Mohammed kura de na la kobia jinidi but uko ran so a omo jini Mohammed di kura mpo no mo jini ndi no mo jini ndi even ni family members kura mpo no sa Quran verse na ni family member na ala beshi no oni ne yere no omunya no muji Mohammed ndi but de be mu ba na omusi na Mohammed na oye deben ya ontimi nkan ontimi nchiro but na obia de ni nema edi brand say onji nkuta sankofa so obia de ni nema edi bana sa wonchiro nto ha obaya da kan like a year na sami ba obede hu say we na media say wonchiro nto ho ina ade Mohammed na kaso cross no we businessman no odi na nklechi odi ni grandfather chi osa ye dwuma ma ni first wife no omo aso si ontimi nchuro ontimi nkan na businessman so na ono oji nyina jitu no ho so onu se no nim kinkan onu se no onim nchuro eso biem na de na kokoye gbaya omo sa sori so omo si na makafo no no mo ke chiri pa ko ti na makano it was a set of trade na nkrofo free China debe no munyina omuba ho ababa trade maka of the center of business ankasa it was the center of business but omusa so so be no musi na maka no the people no they were backwards udi won't say like which is which now which is which na kroma omuya backwards ye den na the business center just imagine how can that place be business center
Tankofa.
Yeah.
How?
Tankofa.
Yeah.
When
my back.
Okay.
Yes, but that's an opportunity, no. My brother is this skeptic, right? Before me proceed, you know.
Question na yebisa on answer de bra na.
Menya.
Okay, nti ewo hena fa.
So me baho why Mr. Me baho. Beba skeptic eka sembi. Was say yesorani eka say Americans were wayward, like they were late, like they were far away. But that was the center of commerce, a center of a business. But Sankofa, your friend be acronymism. It is where you compare a previous generation to today's generation. Now, that generation, no, they may not require the ability to write or read to do business at that time. So if you compare it today, it will not hold. Maybe today we write or read to do business. At that time, it wasn't like that.
And with today, I'm comparing them at the time, at their own time. I didn't compare them with today.
At that time,
we compare
yes. Now I'm telling you that you will not need. At that time, you may not need to be able to read or write before you can do business. At that time, so if you were telling me that way, it
then they were not backwards.
The good thing is that
so according to that time, then they were not backwards.
I'm a very truthful
Then they were not backwards.
I've never heard anything that they were backwards. I've never said they were backwards. I don't know where you've heard it. Back to you, Sankofa. You see, I'm a very truthful person, and I do research. Now, this is my source. I don't have a direct archaeological link of the establishment. Sankofa, or interrupt me, but on
P Black me patch.
Me mean you be filming kabinshim. So I'm saying that I don't have a direct archaeological research stating that Abraham and Ishmael built the Kaaba, aside the Quran. However, this is my motivation. This is my motivation. You know that something happened between Hagar and Abraham, and he left to a very far place, which is what the Arabian Peninsula, where in the process.
I don't see mo source no be and I say I don't see
No, so that one can be found in the Old Testament. It's not our source.
okay.
Yes, that's not our source. And that one can be found in the Old Testament. If you read Genesis 21:14. So the story of Hagar and Ishmael, where they went and they wanted to drink water, and God miraculously let a water came out from the sun for them to, which we believe, listen, which we Muslims believe that is the Zamzam. But there are other researches that suggest that. Let me finish.
Yeah,
let me finish. Which the other researches, scientific researches, suggest that they don't believe that was the water that came during Hagar and Ishmael around that time. But we Muslims believe that. So I can go to your question.
What I can say, baby, who can say unya evidence free, and that is the Old Testament ni mono. Omo ensure na o ka say Bible ni say epie free from no o ka say ensure na friend Zanzam.
No, so you see, Sankofa, you see, the Bible will not say it's called Zanzam. One, because of difference of language. What I say, because of difference of language. But at the end of the day, what I
say Aramaic no ene your friend say Arabic ni say. Obi di Abraham musi eye Ibrahim. Enti Arabic ni mo no wo kan ne sen edini be na wo ho no wo dem na say nsuo no etime be say Arabic kasa na ibenya Zanzam.
So Sanko fa minim ni ne friend is saying.
So say Bible no kan say de wo kan me de men kai enti ni minim say de wo kan say wo na say ni wo minim. So say Bible no ka say Abraham ne Hagar ko ba bi okoja no ho me nsuo bi pie free from. Na say amonsuo ni din na Muhammad akopeke story no e wo betu ensuo ni din Zanzam. Why are you so convinced that Muhammad can hear correct?
No, so Muhammad was not the one who named it Zanzam. Muhammad came to met it. The Prophet Muhammad came to met it. You understand? It was there before. Even at the time, those Hubaal and everything was there. Muhammad came to meet. So it's not Muhammad who named it Zanzam. And I'll not lie, I don't know the person who named it Zanzam. And I don't know the name the biblical gave it. Because when I read the English, it's what water came out. What am I saying? But Muhammad is not a person who named it Zanzam.
Sankofa story na omusi na Higa na debe ena osha osi zoomi which means stop zoomi ena omu kan sa no makoko ni Zanzam no inti sa di kura corrupti sa di Zanzam no kura corruption.
Hey, mpacho mio.
Muslim guy no can say mpacho ma me some simple questions why mpacho why.
All right, Roya.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Omo otimi nkan.
Bacho me te nkan.
Okay. Now kasa no see a friend is saying Muhammad or you be very trustworthy, right?
Bacho ani.
Ujidi.
Bacho me didi.
The companions, do they believe say Muhammad is trustworthy?
All of them.
Okay. Me bacho Quran. Bacho be Quran chapter 3 verse 161 maybe some question.
Suratul Al-Imran.
Maka furor Quran mo njinindi.
Chapter 3